Alright. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. And today, we're playing a Chole classic. Well, I've never streamed it, but one of the games that I have sunk the most time to, or the most time into in my life. The Path of Exile. 360 or PS3? It's the 360. The PS3 sucked. There is no debate. No one disagrees. Oh, the game might be loud. Sorry, hold on. A lot back in the day? Yeah, I played this when I was in college. And I got massively addicted to it. Like, insanely addicted to it. I have so many hours in this game. The volume might be loud. Hold on. There we are. Master volume probably doesn't need to be up that high. This will probably be one of those games where it's mostly a just chatting stream. To be honest, I will be rambling so much while playing this game, so be warned. Also, Lies of Peepee, I am gonna be streaming it again soon.
By the divine authority of the Templar, you are hereby exiled to the forsaken shores of Reklast. You have transgressed against God and consorted with sin.
People have definitely
or die in the attempt.
Lost some interest in it, so it might be on the cutting room floor soon. Okay. So about my build. Straight up, I have my good old build planner on my computer. Reinstalled it, brought the files over from my old one, right? I haven't played this game in like a year, so I don't know how patches have affected things. I've missed like 4 seasonal updates at this point. But I'm just gonna play an old favorite of mine and go with it. So I'm going Templar.
And the Order of the Templar.
A true favorite of mine. Which RuneLight plugin? This is the
smite it asunder with one sinful blow.
I tried to come up with something clever, I couldn't.
Folly of all, to lose faith when it's all you have left.
Do I play hardcore?
The chosen of God.
Do I play a hardcore character?
You are now the chosen of Reklast and Exile.
He's just lore dumping. Ignore him. Hardcore is simply when the character dies, the character is dead. It's a permadeath run. And I don't know if I want to jump right back in with the permadeath. It's not the most forgiving game. The unclever. Yeah, I couldn't come up with anything. I tried. What do we think, chat? Do we run the permadeath right away? You die in the game, you die in real life. That's why my lighting looks so bad. I have too much natural light. I was like, I configured it normally. But yes, hello, Ryden. I don't know. I'm genuinely like... The thing is, I can't turn permadeath on if I just start and I'm like, oh, this is chill. You know, I can turn it on. This is fine. I think I might play it safe. I am gonna play on what's called solo self-found, and all that this does is it disables you from using player trade. So think like Iron Man in RuneScape. How you have to go and like source all your own loot, items, etc. That's what solo self-found is. And I much prefer playing without trading because then it makes the loot a lot more fun. Personally. Yeah, I think I'll play non-hardcore, but I'll do no trade. If I have to name the character anything, there's no way that anyone has taken Chole, right? Thank God. Alright. We're in. So yeah, I have a plan in terms of how I'm building out the character, but I've got to at least get through the first couple areas before doing any of that. And I also just have to readjust to the game. It's been a while. Oh, here, let me... Apparently my UI settings didn't come over. I always... Oh, shit. Where is it? Oh, I do want that. I always want that. And then... There. I wanted to turn the chat box off. Diablo looks a lot better. This is, very Diablo. But it's better, in my opinion, as someone who loves Diablo. I like this more.
Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good.
My big stick.
Crawling with criminals. There's smoke rising just east of here. Could be worth checking if there's...
And just like that, my boy is dead. That's a lot slower than I remember it being.
Even death gives no solace in this tortured land.
But speaking of Diablo, what in my mind is like the key defining difference with PoE in terms of builds is the skill system works off of gems. So you essentially have to go out and find your skills as loot rather than them being on the skill tree. There's a passive tree, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Oh. This feels a lot slower than I remember. Did they make any crazy changes while I was gone? Oh shit. Oh shit. Readjusting. Hold on. Oh, yes please. Just gonna start by clearing shit out. Okay, there we go. Come on. Why is my mana flask all the way over on 5? What is happening? I reached for it, like, instinctively. You only like Diablo 1? Finished 2 and 3, but never had big fun of the end of the game? I like Diablo 1. 2 is my favorite. I didn't play 3. I really liked 4. I would probably put 4 above 1. But not above 2, personally. But since they're doing, like, live service with 4, it's kind of like, you know, give them a couple more seasons and I'll have to go check it out again, because they honestly might change the whole game. And it might end up being really good. I don't remember how I used to organize things. I used to have it so, like, down to a science. Oh yeah, and with the skills, then you'll also find these support gems, right? And there's a linking system. So, like, here, this item has a red and a blue gem link. So I can link in the Glacial Hammer and then also connect it to Elemental Proliferation Support. Which, I'm reading it because I don't remember this gem specifically. Elemental ailments inflicted by supported skills, which Glacial Hammer is, spread to other enemies within 1.2 meters. Oh, yeah, so it spreads effects. Like, if I freeze an enemy, it's going to freeze a bunch of enemies. So gear kind of ends up being the larger part of your build here, compared to, like, Diablo. Well, not Diablo 1, but after that. Especially Diablo 4. Gear in Diablo 4 is not really important until you're, like, level 50 plus. Which is fine. The game is kind of designed in Diablo 4 where it doesn't really get rolling until, like, level 50. Maybe not 50, but, like, late 40s.
Would seem my God has
all right,
no
chat.
for my company just yet.
Brace yourselves. Whenever I've mentioned Path of Exile on stream, I always say, yes, it is the game with the skill tree. And when I say that, I mean that it's this game with this skill tree. And this is why I always use my handy dandy build planner, which is literally, here's a tiny version. It's over on my other monitor, but it's a build, it's just literally the mapped out build so that when I'm actually playing the game, I don't sit here staring at this shit all day. So, I'm starting out with damage and mana. 14% increased damage. That is all damage, for the record. That's just damage. And plus 14 mana. A beautiful node. It is all, it's called the passive tree in actuality, and so it is all just like passive number buffs when using this tree. But what you'll notice is that they're all pretty substantial. Like, just one skill point being all of your damage is 14% higher. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Totally Final Fantasy X. Never played it. I have only played Final Fantasy 1. It was solid. Just not gonna get myself clapped by the first boss. That's all. I'm just gonna make sure, okay, that I don't be killed by Hillick. Oh wait, I'm not on hardcore. I decided not to. Never mind, we're chilling. We are perfectly fine. You know, maybe I should go hardcore. Maybe I exit out real quick and run it back. Where is my setting to show me all the item drops? Hold on. I thought that I checked that one. Where is it? Items. Should be here, you would think. Hold on. Maybe it's in gameplay. It's always highlight. Boom. There's the actual loot drop. No, I'm not gonna use any of that. Alright, we're good. You know what? I think I might reset my boy real quick. I feel like I want to do hardcore. Migrate to Ancestor League. He's in, oh, like take him out of solo self-found. I was so confused. Yeah, I'm gonna run through that area again real quick. Faster this time, because I won't be rambling about just how the basic stuff works. But I kind of need that,
You swore sinew and soul
what's it called?
to serve God and the Order of the Templar.
The stakes. I need the stakes to be there with the hardcore character. I need the death to be meaningful. Hold on. I always, in this game, I hated that I couldn't do it in Diablo 4. It was one of my big things with it, like, early on. I think I even mentioned it when I was playing it back then. But in PoE, I always have my left click set to move only. So that if I accidentally click right on top of an enemy, I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing and start, like, hitting them or something and get myself killed. It drove me nuts that there was nothing like that in D4. Oh my god, that's too many. Why are those there? Not that Jess would ever do anything with those, of course. Other things in terms of build stuff. For those not familiar, game has 3 forms of, like, defense that come from your, I guess, armor items is the best way to put it. There's actual armor, which is just, like, flat damage mitigation. You know, you get hit, and when you get hit, less of that damage actually gets taken. It's like percent stuff that runs in the background. There's evasion rating, which just increases your chance of flat out not taking the damage. And then there's energy shield, which is exactly what it might sound like. It's just like a flat amount of health on top of your health. That also regenerates on its own over time, rather than needing to be healed like with a consumable. Or with the flasks, rather. For this, I believe, I'm using mostly armor, but with a little bit of energy shield. Wait a second, that was a vest. Holy shit. I'm actually surprised that I got that lucky. I'm gonna clear the maps early on in Act 1. Since I am gonna play hardcore, I am just gonna make sure that I get all the XP out of like the very early maps that I can. You know, if I over level, that's not a bad thing. I don't want to lose my character. It's been long enough. See, if this was back when I played the game all the time, I would be speedrunning like crazy. But this is me separated by like a year.
No need for my company just yet.
So I'm going to be grinding as much XP, not grinding, but I'm going to be grabbing as much XP along the way as I realistically can early on. Get myself a nice foundation to not die and lose my character. 360 is older than me by around 2 weeks. He's a baby. I always forget that Sticky is that young. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh shit. Also, at some point today, I should just open RuneScape up for like a minute real quick and go find the what's it called? Go find out if all my bananas from yesterday's stream sold. If you missed my crazy flipping scheme yesterday on RuneScape, you genuinely missed out on some goofy ass shit. I was buying bones in mass, like I'm talking like 1,000 at a time, off the Grand Exchange. And then I was using magic to flip the I was casting literal spells on the bones to turn them into bananas. Because I could buy bones for 67 gold a pop, but then I could sell the bananas back for 80 gold a pop. So for every individual bone that I flipped like that, it was a 13 gold profit. Not the craziest profit margin. The runes? I calculated the runes. The runes were fine. The rune cost was not that bad. I think. I calculated it in my head. I don't think I lost overall. But hello, Mickle. Thank you for the resub. I don't know much about what Diablo 4's new season looks like. I know that they're adding in like another new mechanic.
God hasn't abandoned us.
Like I know that they are like the hearts with season 1's stuff. Hold on. I think I'm using rolling magma like early. Thank God I used to map stuff out. I know that I am using rolling magma.
Stay sharp out there.
Well, I lost the support. Alright. I have committed crimes against the Empire, though. Shit, was it a net loss? I don't... Like, I roughly calculated in the runes, but now I'm second guessing myself.
Prophecy.
Oh yeah, here we go. Rolling magma. This is definitely a skill that's more for the large groups. When it's a tiny pack of enemies like that, it doesn't look all that great. But trust me, if you've ever seen how large the groups of enemies can get in this game, I mean, even up there, it doesn't take long for it to start to pick up like that. That's got a lot of links on it. Pretty sure it was a net loss. That's why I brought up the nature runes yesterday. The nature runes... The earth runes I didn't have to buy. That was a good thing. Earth runes are like, I always have earth runes. I did end up buying the nature runes, but I think we still profited. I think. The better Diablo, it kind of is just, especially if you got into Diablo with D4. This is like, if you haven't tried Path of Exile, you really should, especially because it's free to play. And it's not even like free to play, like, oh, you get to play a little bit and then you've got to like buy everything, like all the actual content. It's like, it's actually free. Like the whole game is free. I have played hundreds and hundreds of hours of PoE and I've never paid a penny for this game. Don't ignore. Oh, I didn't even see that you redeemed it. Genuinely. All right, caveman mode starting now, unfortunately. Hold on. Looking at the build map. Okay, going straight through. So the plan is to pick up another 12% damage and mana increase, and then roll through the few nodes of elemental damage there. And then go for that little big node. I don't remember what I called those back, or what those are called, what Chole called those. Yeah. Caveman mode. Not gonna chance it on the armor right now. I'm gonna hold. Chole's gonna hold on to the gloves though. Oh, and also Mikkel, this is a hardcore character. Mama didn't raise a bitch. Am I right? Haven't played in like a year? But what does it matter? Chole goes straight back for the hardcore. Okay. She did not want to take the fire damage. That's good for now. Chain belt's good for now. All right, wands. We want wands. We're gonna be... Oh. Ooh! This wand has +1 to all fire spell skill gems. What a good wand to get right off the bat. Increased mana regen. Little bit of energy shield from the belt. And now we're starting to cook. The Chole wig is already coming together. Look at him. He's already so powerful. Oh god. These fireballs are a little unruly, but it's fine. Just a little bit. No shields. Shields are for bitches, and Chole wig is no bitch. Shields are actually pretty great in this game. It's just dual wands are the way for this setup. Uh-oh. But I mean, Mikkel, have you ever seen a character look this fun in D4 at level 2? Other than maybe, you know, Werebear, like the first time that you see it. It's the first time that you see Werebear, it is like, oh, not shaved during November. If the Beardathon ends during November, Chole is shaving. Let it be known, if the Beardathon ends, the Beardathon ends. Chole is not going to extend Beardathon just because it happens to end in November. Ooh, okay, mud flats are there already. And then Tidal Island will be right here. But Chole wig's gonna clear the map for the XP right now. See, Chulewig might have had the balls to go right back in for hardcore after not playing for a little over a year. But Chulewig is a little nervous about it, so Chulewig needs to, you know, farm up some XP where possible. Get a little over leveled, you know, get a couple levels over. Get a little wiggle room in there. Hello, Ryan. How's it going? What is this skill called again? Rolling Magma. Rolling Magma is satisfying. Just a little bouncy magma ball. Chole approves of Rolling Magma. New video is slaying. Chole is waiting to see how it's doing at like 3 days, but its first day performance is, in fact, quite ridiculous. You know, compared to normal videos on the channel. Would agree. We do not need the sash. Chulewig is not using physical damage, clearly. Rolling Magma Ball. The links are better. Has to be a 1 of 10? It is a 1 of 10. It is a 1 of 10. But sometimes a video starts at like a 5 of 10, and then over like the first week, it will work its way up to a 1 of 10. Like it'll perform better over the course of the week. Sometimes they'll start at a 1 of 10 on like day 1 and then drop to like a 5 of 10 in the course of like a week because they don't carry on as well. So Chole has started to worry more about like how they're doing at like the 3-day mark or so than like how their first day performance is. But that video's first day performance is crazy. To drop to 10 of 10, it's possible. Chole has seen it before. Chole has definitely seen it before. We're not going to be over-leveled going into the next area, and there's going to be a boss in the next area that spawns for the early questing. So, everyone in chat, be warned. This is maybe one of those spots where Chulewig dies right at the start. New character already. Rolling Magma is fun. With the larger groups, like with those big packs of enemies, it's nice. Chole's talking in third person a lot? Oh, Chole wonders why. Why might Chole be talking in third person? Leather cap is evasion. Chole thinks it is evasion. We don't need it. Elemental damage. That is just easy 10% increase. We take those wins. Impaled corpse. It at least has 2 slots. Wait a second. Chole never realized to slot in the proliferation support when he got the double blue. Oh, it's better! If you missed what the proliferation support does, okay, TLDR, for those that missed it. Gems that are linked like this, support gems, will feed into like the actual main skill gems like that if they're linked up. The support gem that Chole just slotted in makes it so that any like elemental effects that proc on an enemy will also proc on any enemies within like a meter of that enemy. So now, if one enemy catches on fire, from the rolling magma ball, the whole group is gonna catch on fire. And already at level 4, you start to see the beauty of PoE builds and the skill gem system. Okay, that went a lot better than expected. Not gonna lie. That was the boss that Chole was worried about. Hold on. Support gem level up. Other than that, nothing there that Chole needs. You talking third person, you're gay. Chole is straight. Alright, let it be known. Even though Chole has to talk in third person right now. Rolling magma. Beautiful. Got him. GG easy. Why did YouTube hold that? Why did YouTube hold that? That's hilarious. YouTube held Ryan's message. I think it's because the term PP is so offensive, obviously. Oh, these guys can be bitches, actually. These guys have been known to nuke a character or two on hardcore. There's a wand. It's not a good wand, but it's a wand. We got the dual wand setup, because wands passively increase spell damage. Is explanation for why the Akimbo wands is the setup. Like, just because Chulewig's got the double wands, it's giving another 20% spell damage. You might notice quickly that every little thing is just gonna add percent. Well, everything that Chole actually takes is just gonna like add a little percent buff, and they're all gonna add up over time. We go back to town, give the guy his medicine, we continue on.
I'd almost stopped believing in miracles. This medicine chest.
Chole should maybe actually listen.
It holds. It tells us that we can do more in Ray class than merely suffer. I've not much to offer in return, but please, take something in thanks for what you've done.
Chole probably has a Quicksilver flask on this setup. Chole does indeed have a Quicksilver flask on this setup. It was worth checking. Hold on. Links for rolling magma. You don't happen to give combustion here, do you? That's a no. It doesn't matter. I'm not using any of those.
So, you managed to salvage Shaky Hand's druggery. Nicely done.
That's my God-given right.
More than that, be numbed.
You just can't say that he likes PPs, according to YouTube.
Got a job for you, if you're willing. There's a pool near the mudflats needs investigating. You'll smell it before you see it. Stinks like a carcass in high summer. But that's not the worst of it. Dead birds walking. Animals don't rise up again the same as people do here. So if they aren't raising themselves, what's doing it for them? The answer's in that fetid pool. Clear the place out and kill whatever's raising those rowers. We've got enough living dead to contend with already.
I am leaving that one to the mods.
Stay sharp out there.
I am leaving that one to the mods. You know what? I'm probably not going to use those gauntlets. Do you... Ooh, you know what I should have? Thumbnails cursed incredibly. Hold on. There is this spreadsheet, yep, that this guy on Reddit made years ago that tracks every skill gem that you can buy from NPCs in the game. Okay, so Nessa does sell the gem I'm looking for, but later.
Take care.
Server looks a little wonky. Gonna put myself in a 5-minute timeout. Maybe don't say that. What? Oh, YouTube? Is that the Peepo G? Why do the servers seem like they're having a stroke? What is happening? They were freaking out there. Are they still? Broas are bastards. We're just gonna hope that they don't. Yeah, the servers are still going wild. What the hell is happening? Oh. Actually, drop that life flask. There we go. That's a lot better. I don't really need more energy shield right now. I don't think. 14 is a decent buffer, especially because it's just coming from the belt. I'd rather stack up a bunch of armor early on than like split it between two. Okay. You just had to be fire resistant, didn't you?
My mana is spent.
It's fine. You can slowly chip away.
The path becomes clearer each
Jesus.
bloody step.
Take that. What happened? What was that? Oh. He did 112% on his first run. I technically did as well, to be fair. Just so we're all on the same page. There might have been like a break for a couple of months in the middle of that run, literally on 111%. But I may have also 112%ed my first Hollow Knight file. Just saying. Bit of a gamer. We can't time you out. Isn't that unfortunate? I think that chest plate, hold on, let me check the links on it. It's a green and a red. Give me the elemental damage. We keep on trucking. We just keep her going. Oh, what? Very tempting. Considering dropping a bit of armor just because it's a, what's it called? A rare item. Because the modifiers might make it worth, but I think it's probably worth it. You know, I'll take the increased rarity of items, sure. I might do the same for the gloves. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because these still give good armor. Oh, but they require level 7, because of course they do. We're at 6 right now. Oh, wait. How much strength do we have? 23, of course. We might end up needing to go with more of the hybrid armor and energy shield stuff. Because strength early on is not going to be something I've got a whole lot of. We're going to get way more intelligence than anything else early on in the tree. We can probably make it work. Hold on. This objective is literally to clear the whole map, so I just gotta make sure that I don't miss like a little corner or anything. Comes with a pop-up saying that we can't. What, did you try to time out Mikkel? How could you? Wait, what's that little symbol? On like the bottom right of the health bar. I've never seen that before. Let's not die from like the optional boss in the optional area, okay? That would not be a great start. It's evasion. Evasion is just flat out going to be a waste. Energy shield is at least good for me to take. He said no balls, I had to try. Because I had managing mod and he didn't. That's true. Managing mods can time out normal mods. We did learn that. Which is funny. Because also the only mods of the channel that don't have managing mod are just the ones that didn't send me the stuff so that I can make them a managing mod. So if the other mods are able to time you out, it's on you. I can't even be blamed for that. Because all of the mods for this channel should be managing. It's just a couple of them didn't send me the stuff, so like I can't do anything. But yeah, I did get a message from Sticky like the day of. It was very funny. Evasion and shield. Here. Brought me the town portal. I forgot that that's a thing that D4 like did away with, where it's just kind of like a universal thing that's unlimited now.
That's the one, was it?
Being able to drop a portal.
Got a bit lonely, decided to make himself some pets.
You used to need the scrolls for that.
Good to see you
back in my day.
Your hands good and filthy. Here, to mark a dirty job.
It was an
well
experiment. He gives respec. I thought it was gonna be a skill point.
Prisoner's Gate. Had to skirt around Axiom Prison. That's the holdfast of Brutus the Warden. Bloody treacherous trip it was.
I hope Brutus doesn't drop my ass.
There's forest inland. Game, berries, fruit. More
I
food than we
manage
can
mods.
scrounge here. But most here wouldn't survive the journey. Would be a damn sight easier if we could pass through the prison. Tell you what, you carve us a path up the coast, find us a way past or through Brutus, and you'll have more than a few lives owing to you.
Okay.
Farewell.
Farewell. Will look good on your CV? What's CV? Like resume? Is this a British version of a resume? Cover. I was gonna say cover letter, but no. CV? I'm gonna clear this map out. Like I said, Roas are bastards. I think out of every enemy type that I have died to, like early on in a hardcore character's life, Roas have to be the most common. Your resume? Curriculum? In Europe we call it CV? I've never heard that. Culturist. YouTube doesn't like the word twat, apparently. CV11? I know CV11. Ow. I'm a bit of a CV11 enjoyer myself. You know, the armor and shield hybrid, it's not looking so bad. Not gonna lie, more energy shield might be kind of badass. A mask is evasion and shield, that's right, which is a combo that I don't know if I've ever even run a hybrid of. Because if you're going evasion, there's no reason to not just go full evasion. I don't think I've ever run it hybrid with shield. I think I've run armor and evasion before. But it's more for the armor and less for the evasion. I'm just gonna outline this whole area. Because these guys have ended the life of so many, like, level 5 characters of mine on PoE. It's ridiculous. These guys are bastards. I'm just trying to be careful with them. Not let the inevitable happen too early. I demand Jess be stripped of mod privileges. She's abusing them. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you might be referencing. Why do we still use Latin? This is my question whenever we, like, use something that is Latin. Like, you know, my world, RPM, CPM, we still use the term mil, like the Latin version. We're not talking million, we're talking 1,000. Why? Why do we still use that? I don't understand why we still use Latin here and there. It's so random. Oh wait, I already grabbed the third one? Okay. This is 15% damage, minions deal increased damage, 5% increased attack and cast speed, plus 10 strength and intelligence, and that will give me strength for light armor vests. And I'm also level 7 now, so I can use those. Very nice. My defense setup is kind of scuffed, but eventually it'll come together. Ow. Chromatic orb. It's good. We're gonna want that. Makes it universally understandable if shit is in Latin. It's a dead language. What do you mean it makes it universally understandable? Takes a long-ass time for language to evolve and change entirely. No, it doesn't. I mean, it does, but not that long. Like, if I had a penny for every time I heard a British person to say that British dialect makes more sense than American because they speak the original version of the language, I would have at least, like, 15 pennies, and the statement is just wrong. The language... Have you seen Old English? I know that some people in chat will have actually seen, like, Old English. Like, the actual original English. It's completely incomprehensible today, regardless of what form of English you speak. Like, it's hard to even read a single word out of it. And it's not even like the alphabet is different, it's like the words themselves are actually different. It might as well just be a different language entirely. We all use bastardized English nowadays. It's just the UK English is bastardized and goofy. So I make fun of them for it. god, I'm going to kill my energy drink. So fast. It's already, like, maybe only got a quarter of it left. Why is it dropping me so many shields? I don't want shields. Please. I think I cleared them all out. I am at a nice spot. I'm 2 levels over. I speak the Queen's English. The amount of restraint that I just used right there. That is the King's English. Thank you very much, Jess. You speak the King's English. Hey, I love that video so much. That one, for the record, that video is not in reference to the Queen. God rest her soul. Am I right, Fritz? That video is in reference to Margaret Thatcher, if you've never seen it. This aggressively British man going, ding dong, the wicked bitch is dead. And it's like, if you haven't seen it, you just have to go and find it, because it's so, like, it's pretty much made in, like, Windows Movie Maker. And if you know what like, some people exactly know what I mean, just from saying that. Windows Movie Maker doesn't even exist anymore. I forget that that's, anyway. But, like, it's literally just the cheesiest transitions of, like, text on a screen, and this guy just, like, reading out the text. It's so funny. And he has, like, a whole channel of just videos like that. He can't be making videos anymore. I haven't seen anything from him. It's the same guy who did, objects that I've shoved up my arse. It's the same guy that did that video. So if you know that video, it's exactly like that, but it's him ranting about Margaret Thatcher. This ring might just have a good modifier. Cold resistance is not bad. See? See? That has good links on it, but it's not magic. I'm gonna hold on to it, because I might want that, potentially. My other wand, honestly, also has good links for being this early on. And, obviously, Act 1 is not the most, you know, gear-intensive part of the game. But it doesn't hurt to have good gear early. I'm not gonna say no. Wait, a power ring would actually be really nice. Give me that. It's better than an iron ring just giving me physical damage. I'm not even using physical damage. Cucumber. Pens. Yeah, that video's another internet classic for those that know it. Oh wait, shit. I didn't look at where I was going beyond here. We're going to the left. Okay. I looked. Yeah, so we're going here to get all this area of effect shit. And then we're going to go down and get more elemental damage, and we're going to kind of go crazy in this spot where I'm going to grab that, but then also grab that and start... We'll get there when we get there. For now, larger area of effect. Which I don't know if it affects rolling magma. Is rolling magma considered AoE? Here's the beautiful part about PoE, is I can ask that question and get an answer to it. Hold on. It is! Okay, so it does make the fireball for rolling magma bigger. It has the AoE, like, tag on it. I wasn't sure if that was something I was grabbing for further down the line, or if that's just specifically for now and I'm gonna respec it later. Honestly, I still don't know the answer to that question, but at least now I know that the increased AoE stuff helps me out, like, immediately. That's really the big question I wanted to answer. I do not have a portal. Okay, that's interesting. Because there's like a side area with an optional boss that I think gets you an extra skill point if you do the quest for it. If I remember right. Use the silver coin in town. Creates a portal? Whoa. Oh, this is the new league. Okay. Yeah, so I've talked about PoE leagues on stream before, but this game does an expansion, a free expansion every 3 months, and they're called leagues. So the silver coin is the new, like, mechanic of this expansion that I obviously have not played yet. So when I saw that, I was like, what the hell is a silver coin? So I can already go and see what the new expansion content is within, like, 30 minutes of playing. Which is sweet. I love the way that PoE does their updates. I always have. I love this game. This game is great. My favorite ARPG ever. Without a doubt. Because even, like, just the early game in PoE is a lot more dynamic than, like, early game Diablo. Or, what's the name of that one that I haven't gotten the chance to try out yet? I'm trying to think. There's a new one coming out. A new, like, ARPG that they've done some tests for, like some beta testing for, but I haven't ever signed up for it, so I haven't tried it yet. I don't remember, actually. I'm trying to think of it, and I just can't. I'm gonna go back to town, though. Because I think I can pick up the quest to go and get the skill point. Got a text from a Canadian number claiming they're from a recruitment company based in the UK. Not sus at all. No, not at all. I swear, well, I've said it before with, like, scamming stuff. But it really, they're all set up
Now that you've drained that passage,
in such a kind of shit way. Because
running down a wounded rower one
they don't need to fool that many people for the scams to be successful. Like, you kind of just need to fool, like, 1 in every 50 people. And overall, because of how easy it is to just copy-paste text messages out, they still, you know, they profit off of that effort. They really do. If they just get 1 in every, like, 50 to 100, they're still winning on that one. Hold on, am I grabbing any of these? In Act 1, I do have it on here that I want to grab Flame Wall and Flame Surge. Oh, he has Flame Wall. That's why we check. What am I linking with Flame Wall? Hold on. Nothing. Flame Wall can go on its own, so it doesn't matter what I put this in. Oh, wait. You have a second reward? Oh. Give me that just for the movement. Give me Frostblink.
Stay sharp out there.
I'll take a movement skill. It can't hurt me. Oh. Use a silver coin. I might wait on the silver coin. I'm gonna wait for a bit before I try the new mechanic. Because sometimes the new league mechanic can be a death sentence if you just go into it at a low level. So I'm just gonna maybe wait until I'm like level 10. There we go. I've got a movement skill now. That'll be nice. And then Flame Wall I also picked up. Beautiful. Actually, could I put Flame Wall on Q? There we go. That'll just feel better than clicking the middle mouse. Now I can go fight the optional boss. Respond to my text. I don't want a job. What do you mean you don't want a job? Your new job, of course, we would never, no one would ever do this, and this is clearly satire, but your new job could just be RuneScape gold selling, of course. You could always consider it. I hear it's a pretty legit career path. For legal purposes, this is all entirely satire, and I do not mean it whatsoever. I would never, ever participate in real-world trade. Especially because I just like earning my own shit in games. Like, it's not my thing. I'm not the kind of person to just try to pay my way through the game. I'm also incredibly stingy. It might be that as well, but genuinely. How much does RuneScape Gold even sell for? I think it's like minuscule. I think it's like $1 per million, roughly speaking, to sell your RuneScape Gold. Jagex is always watching. I'm clearly joking. Have you seen my account? My account is like low skill and broke as shit. My RuneScape account is just there for me to mess around on. You can tell that I don't participate in any sort of trade because my RuneScape account is cursed. It's hilarious. I love messing around on RuneScape. It's such a fun way to pass time, but you can really tell. No. Whoa. Okay. Clearly, I should put Flame Wall back on something else, because I tried to get out of there. You know, let's try W. Jesus Christ. Oh. You guys see me almost die? Almost lose the character right there? That was a little spooky, eh? Really, I'm not gonna use that one now. I found a magic one. You can really screw your character with points and skills, but Exile has you pick, giving you the illusion? Huh? Hold on. You can screw your character with points. Oh. I think I get what you're saying. PoE has so much choice. Like, the build variety in this game is ridiculous. And you absolutely, like, your character can be really bad. In fact, most people, when they start playing Path of Exile, it takes, like, a good few characters until you actually learn how to, like, even put together a solid build. Unless you just use build guides from the start, which a lot of, like, long-time players on this game will actually tell new players to just use a build guide rather than trying to make their own, because they'll have a better time that way. Which I think half of the fun is making your own build, so I don't entirely agree. But it is true that if you want to get through the game easier, then definitely. Hold on. I want the bigger AoE stuff. You put stuff on energy? Bad idea. Yeah, it's like, most of the build stuff in PoE that's not... The passive tree is just very different from other ARPGs. I mean, the building in general really is, I guess. It's much more of a gear game, especially because your skills come from gear as well in the form of the gems. And then the passive tree is like, hopefully you spend those well and actually synergize with what you're using. Because like here, like I went up, because I have this all mapped out ahead of time, like pre-planned, so that I don't have to sit here and micromanage it all while I'm playing. But like I went through elemental damage into AoE, but like you very easily could have started out and just gone like pump up max life and mana regen, but then you'll have no damage. You'll be tanky as shit, but you'll have no damage. And if you're using Templar, in my mind, tanky is good, but tanky should be second. Personally, I feel like this is a class that you maximize damage on, because he can get crazy spell damage and elemental damage. He can be played as a tank, but I wouldn't play him as a tank. I don't think I want any of it. Like, sure, I'm using a magic, or sorry, not a magic, a rare vine circlet. So the iron circlet's an upgrade. I guess I've got plenty of wisdom scrolls. And those modifiers are way better, if I'm being honest. Oh, wait. I can slot this somewhere else. That's fine. Yeah, that's probably for the best. By probably, I mean that's almost definitely just a better idea for the time being. We'll see you around in a minute, Jess. But yeah, RuneScape, you cannot mod your way into being rich because it's an MMO. Like, as close as you can get with modding, at least without getting banned, like, very swiftly, is like when you see me play RuneScape and I use RuneLite, like, I use, like, a modded client, but all it is, like, it lets me put in, like, visual enhancements to make the game look nice. And it just displays a bunch of info on the UI through plugins that the base game normally wouldn't. Like, I just have a thing that says, like, at the current rate that you're going, like, say that I'm fishing, and I'm just trying to level up my fishing on RuneScape. I have a plugin on it that'll just be like, oh yeah, at this spot, at the rate that you've been going on average, you'll fish for another, like, 5 minutes until you get your next level in fishing. It just displays, like, info through the plugins that the base game wouldn't, that I just like to have there. Mostly because it looks nice. Starts from a different spot. Yeah, so this is the Templar starting point. I know this one, just off the top of my head. I know this is the Witch starting point. So, like, she'll start, you can go either spell damage or, like, energy shield, pretty much. Just as, like, the two starting paths before it branches out like crazy, like it does with all the characters after a few levels. I know this one is Ranger. Like the... Well, traditionally, like, the bow class, but you can play any class here with anything. They don't limit, like, skills or weapons to classes. So you can start with, like, accuracy and projectile damage or, like, evasion rating. So yeah, all the classes start at a different spot on the tree. And then, which is kind of why, like, none of the classes are locked into anything. But I say, like, if I'm playing Templar, I'm doing it for the elemental damage. And I say that just because you can literally start out, and by the time that you're, like, level... what is it, 5? You can have, like, 3 nodes that are buffing your elemental damage.
To kill a granddaddy crab. A pity
just stuff like that.
Out of the caves for us. Could have made
that is the Final Fantasy X system? Interesting.
No matter. We've got one less reason to fear the dark. And I've got one more thing to thank you for.
This is a skill point, right? Let's go!
Farewell.
This one actually was a skill point. I thought so. Okay. Give me another 10% AoE. And then we'll go into more elemental damage. We keep doing it. You cannot double class in this. When I think of the... What's it called? Oh, what do they call it in, I think of, like, Baldur's Gate when I think of that. It's not called double classing there, though. I'm trying to think of it. They call it... Shit, what do people call it when they talk about Baldur's Gate? I can't remember. I want to say split classing, but I know that's not right. It's not, like, cross... Why can I not think of it? Oh, come on. Oh, come on! There. I kept thinking that fireball would be the last. What level am I? 9? I might be able to check out the new League mechanics soon. Subclass? I don't think they called it subclassing. Because in Baldur's Gate, it's literally just, like, you can have your character be... Like, say that you have a level 6 character. You can just have your character flat out be, like, level 2 Paladin, level 4 Warlock. So it's not, like, subclassing. Like, you are fully classing into both. Why can I not think of what people called it in Baldur's Gate? Multi-classing! That is it. Baldur's Gate is literally D&D. So that is it. It's multi-classing. That is exactly it. And yeah, Paladin Warlock is nuts. That is just a very good multi-class. I might have played around with it a little bit. I can personally say I was a big fan. Very big fan. How much more can I over-level? I just want to be very safe through, like, Act 1 while I'm kind of easing myself back into the game again. Because I'm getting the feel for it, but I did manage to almost get myself killed already. Which, even that put the fear of God in me. And I've only been playing for like an hour. I don't want it to happen. I don't want to throw a character away so soon. I'm already attached. I don't know why. This character, like I said, it's only been like an hour. But I'm already attached to him. I don't want to lose him. I like what we've got going here. This is a good start. Is that again? Oh! This is the thing. Don't get too attached. He's going to die at some point. In all honesty, he's probably going to die before the end of this stream. Like, I'll keep it a buck. I will not be shocked at all if this character dies before making it to Act 2. There's a couple of big bosses and, like, a tough area coming up between now and finishing up Act 1. There's just some stuff that might kill me. So yeah, these are really fun. These are from an old league, but they got put into, like, standard. You activate it, it spawns in all these enemies, especially the one that is, like, a powered-up enemy, world boss type. And if you kill them all, you clear out the whole group, you get a rare currency item. Easy clap. And I never know what any of them do. Upgrades a normal item to rare with one guaranteed property. I'm looking at the properties, hold on. Ooh, if I put it on jewelry, I don't have a normal piece of jewelry though. Oh yeah, I do. I could get passive life regen if I use it on this. I'm gonna hold on to it. I don't think I need it yet. Wait, I'm playing SSF. For a second, I was kind of thinking, like, you know, if I store it, it might go to... Oh my god, it also gave me 6 life per enemy killed. Shit, that's actually a great ring for keeping myself alive. I got passive life regen and a lot of life leech when killing groups of enemies. Because 6 life per kill in a game with enemies like this densely packed, my max HP is 174. That's a lot of life regen. Give me the elemental damage so that I can keep killing. That's a really good stat. That wasn't even the guaranteed one. This is a great ring for just sustaining myself, you know, just keeping me alive. Which again, that's kind of one of the things I'm a little worried about. Easiest way to stay alive is to kill everything else, of course. But on top of that, things like life leech, passive regen, energy shield, those help a lot. Those definitely help a lot. We keep her going. This is why I like hardcore though, because like if I was not playing hardcore, then I would kind of just be on like a casual stroll through here. There would be no worry about like, oh, if I screw up and I don't pay attention to like a group of enemies and I die, it's like, oh, okay, we just continue on. Respawn, whatever, doesn't matter. But if I do it here, it's like, all right, back to character creation. We start again. If I did lose this character, which again, I think I probably will at some point in the stream, I could also just start up something entirely different. I have a couple of like old builds on my path of building. Like this one, where I was like, I don't know if this is still considered a good build after like the patches that I missed over the last year or so. But I'm just playing it because even this was a great build when I played it last year. This was the last build that I played before I kind of took a long break from the game, and I loved it. So even if it got nerfed, it's like, it can't be a bad build considering that it was like one of the best a year ago. Like even after nerf, builds rarely go from like best to worst that quickly. It normally goes from like one of the best to just being alright. Build is ass. We're in Act 1, Mikkel. Alright? I don't want to hear it. Builds in this game don't really come together for a while. Like, they come together over time. It's not like, oh, there is a hard point at which all of a sudden it's like a light switch got flipped. There's nothing like that. Like, Diablo can feel like that, right? Diablo really can feel like that. Where it's like, D4 had that thing for me where, when I was playing the Werebear build, my first build on the game, like pure Werebear Pulverize right at launch, there was very much a point where I got into like, what's it called? World Tier 3. And I started playing there, and I unlocked the, was it called Paragon Tree? The one that's kind of like the passive tree, at least in theory, right? Like at a very base level. I got into the Paragon Tree, and I started getting just buffs from there, and that was like a switch had flipped, and my build went from feeling like shit to feeling incredible. Like, out of nowhere, just as soon as I started using Paragon Tree. There's nothing really like that, PoE. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. That is scary as shit. Hold on, put the map away. Pay attention, Cole. Because that really hurt. That was spooky as shit. Wow. I don't know if anyone saw my health drop, but that scared the shit out of me. Oh, a large life flask? Wait. When did I accidentally do that? I'm glad that it didn't get me killed. Jesus, I accidentally had swapped my life flask for a mana. The reason that's kind of spooky that I did that without noticing was that, like, I could have gone to heal in a spot where I was, like, on the brink of death and then thought I healed, but I popped a mana flask and I just die anyway. Not that bad, you're overreacting. For one hit, that scared the shit out of me. Alright. Mikkel, have you played PoE? I didn't know that you actually checked the game out if you did. I know that I had told you that you would like it. Could use an orb on it. I'm just gonna hold on to that one. Oh, silver coin. Those are for the league mechanic whenever I decide that I have the balls for it. But yeah, with currency items, I don't have to be as stingy as I might normally be. Because if you're playing on a trade league, your chest items will go across all your characters, but in SSF, it's only items per character and no trading with other players. So, like, if my character dies, all the currency items and stuff like that that I built up are gone anyway. I might as well use them to prevent death before that happens. There's no reason for me to stock up. Other than maybe if I get, like, really far into the game on the first character back, but I don't think I will. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Been hanging out with friends instead? Man, that's boring as shit, Mikkel. I'm sorry. You've been missing all the big gaming. Just get bored. With how much you got addicted to Diablo, PoE might kill some time for you. Because I know that really, I mean, At least the way that I understood it. It's not like you burnt out on Diablo. It's more just that Season 1 was kind of like... They built it up a lot, and then it just wasn't as good as we all thought it would be. So it wasn't even like me as well. It's not that I was burnt out on Diablo. It's kind of just that, like, the Season 1 drop was so, like, anticlimactic, and I had expected so much from it, that I kind of just stopped playing because it didn't live up to what I expected it to be. Ooh, ow. Did we not? Burning Bowman? Of course you guys are fire resistant. Why wouldn't you be? I like that. I like more passives. I always like more passives. We're gonna take the 30 life with the 10% increase. We're just gonna grab that one good node before we keep moving into damage nodes. Survivability. Couldn't be asked to get another build going. Early game was too slow. Oh yeah, that too. Once you play like the later world tiers on D4, it is a little hard to go back. Like that's something that I mean, late game PoE gets nuts, but like early game doesn't play that slowly. It plays slower, but it's not like so slow that you go back to it and it's like, oh, I don't even want to be here. Like, I always enjoy starting up a new character on this game. Okay, could we not? And honestly, a lot of that is, enemy density is way better on this game. And the season was so buggy. Yeah, that too. I forgot about how buggy it was, honestly. Oh, wow. Wow, that fireball hits you for a lot. He was not ready for the smoke. He thought he was not. He left fire behind, though, like a bitch. Don't really... I think I just would rather have more armor right now. Hold on, what do you got? The modifiers are terrible on that. Having to redo quests. Yeah, I feel that. For me, the quests weren't that bad. But I think it's kind of just, when I played Diablo, I turned my brain off. So the quests, it's like I wasn't paying attention anyway. The quests weren't good in Diablo 4. I'm not defending the quest quality by any means, but like, I just wasn't even paying enough attention to the game when I was playing it for it to be like a big reason for me to not restart. Okay, so that's the exit to the area. Let me go back and try to get some better loot. XP helps. Because the prison area gets kind of dodgy for me. That's another spot where I am known to lose some early game characters. Nate, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I think the reason Diablo 1 is everything, including you die slower, that is... Dying slower is definitely a positive of Diablo 1. Like, you can see your death coming almost all the time. The Butcher is a bastard. But normally you see your death coming in that game. Here you kill things super fast and die super fast too. Yeah, Diablo 1 is slower on both fronts, right? Like, combat lasts longer with enemies. In terms of you killing them and them killing you. ARPGs as a whole have moved towards this, like, super high damage from both model. And to be fair, it fits the games really well. But there's an appeal to both. I do like Diablo 1, man. I haven't played it in a long time. There we go. Portal Scroll. Man, where are all of the good, like, armor items? I want, like, armor, like this chest plate. I don't want hybrid items. I just want full, like, I want to stack up a ton of armor. That's what I'm looking for. It keeps dropping chest plates, to be fair. Doing them over. Yeah, the quests were not great in D4. Which, to be fair, like, Diablo quests, they're not supposed to be all that great. Like, it's very much a thing where, like, we all know why we're playing Diablo. The quests are just there to give you a reason to go somewhere, mow through a couple packs of enemies, and then go back for a reward real quick. I never grabbed the shrine. What was it? Always deal critical strikes. It's the best music. I do really like Diablo 1's music. The only downside to Diablo 1 music is that there just wasn't a lot of it. Like, that's the one thing. Is there are, what, like 4 songs, like, in the game? Or maybe 5. I think it's 5. Paragon points being locked doing quests. That, in general, I'm so mixed on, like, looking back on it, I mean. I'm mixed on Diablo 4's, cross-character progression in general. Because even if you're just trying to, like, get one fully built-out character, you need to max out all of your cross-character progression stuff by farming all your renown throughout the open world. And even then, like, when I start a fresh character, it's nice to start with, like, 10 skill points on a level 1 character, but at the same time, there's something really satisfying about actually starting with no skill points and working your way up. Like, sometimes I actually want to start fresh, you know? And because of the renown farm, or sorry, the renown grind, my bad. It was kind of like, once you've done it on your first character of the season, you can't start over. We've played DMC 5, okay, but are we gonna act like the Diablo 1 music is on the level of, like, Devil Trigger or Bury the Light or Subhuman? Subhuman is criminally slept on, alright? I will die on this hill. Subhuman bangs so hard.
In the court of the goddess, every
I don't know why
man
people
woman
hate
is
it so
deemed
much.
worthy of redemption. Though you might be shackled by the tribulations of the past, the trials ahead offer you both freedom and glory. The future is yours if you're bold enough to reach out for it.
I am bold enough. These trials, for people who have never played, these down the line, there's 6 of them that you can find, these chambers to do the trials in, up until, like, Act 3, or through Act 3, rather. I think there's only this one in Act 1, and then there's a couple in Act 2, and I think there's 3 of them in Act 3, if I'm remembering all of that right. And if you do all 6, then you can go and do, like, this giant, like, combat gauntlet. It's like a test of sorts. Thank God I grabbed the movement skill. And if you clear that giant gauntlet, then you unlock subclasses, and the subclasses can be pretty damn good. So finding all these chambers and clearing them out is a big deal. Getting them checked off the list helps a lot. Like, here, in a second where I'm not surrounded by possibilities of character death, I could read off whatever I've got mapped out for, like, what I'm grabbing from my subclass on this character. Like, the kind of buffs that I'm getting from it. Hold on. So I would need to go to, like, this part of the tree. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, mine... Oh, yeah, I'm grabbing Consecrated Ground, which, applies 15% increased damage taken to enemies. Just flat out. 15% increased damage. And then beyond that, like with more points put into it, it starts getting like passive life regen, massive buffs to elemental damage, that sort of stuff. So your subclass is definitely worth the time spent doing these like trial chambers, because that's one of them.
Is the strongest metal.
The hardest part is finding them, in all honesty. This one's the easiest to find for sure. Oh no, why am I hearing a baby? I changed Dante's theme to a DMC2 track. That's fair. I really like Dante's theme in 5! What the f- Oh. Oh my god! Those were not okay. Did you see the damage they were putting out? Jesus. This game is terrifying. Every once in a while, you just run into a random pack of magical skeletons and health bar depletes. And V Tonello's theme. V's theme is the one that I don't like. I can't remember. It's called Crimson something, I think. I would agree that V's theme in DMC5 is one that I do get sick of. I don't like his as much. Like, it fits the character and all that, but it's just not as good. 12% to all elemental resistances. 24% increased elemental damage. I think it's supposed to say plus 10% chance to freeze, shock, and ignite. So that is a great little capstone. Not capstone. I don't remember what those are called. There's a term for like the larger nodes that I can't remember. Chatters. Oh my god. That was less scary than it looked, but it looked scary when he threw that down. Got another large mana flask. Please don't be bad. 11% chance to gain a flask charge when deal a critical strike. I'll take it. There's no reason for me to not drop the other medium one over it. Sometimes the modifiers you get on your flasks, sorry, are nuts. Oh, but also Mikkel, when I was telling you that if you try this shit out, you might enjoy your gaming again. Warning that you will probably need to get your degree in Path of Exile building. Assuming you want to do it without just like using someone else's like super meta build guide that you just go out and find. I understand the building really well in PoE, but it's because I have a few hundred hours played of it. The amount of like stats and just the way that the systems work, there's a lot of learning involved in figuring out how to put together a good build in this game. Even just trying out the different skill gems in the game and figuring out what works well together and what you're gonna want for your build and what you don't, and where to get those gems. Learning how to build in PoE is a lot. It's very rewarding though, because the build variety is great, and a good build in PoE feels amazing, but it's a lot. It's a lot of learning. I think I studied PoE more when I was in college than I studied like for my classes. In all honesty, I probably put more effort into learning PoE than I did into learning my degree. And it's funny that I can make that comparison because when I was addicted to this game, it was while I was in university. Was when I grinded the shit out of Path of Exile. Please. Now I'm nervous that I'm gonna turn like a random corner anywhere in the prison and I'm gonna find another like pack of enemies like those skeletons that just immediately drop half my health as I walk through the door. I'm genuinely nervous now after encountering that group. Gonna drop out to get a PhD in PoE. There's actually, there's a great ARPG YouTuber called Zizarin, who, actually, you might have seen him a bit through Diablo. I think he did Diablo stuff. I don't remember if he did. So you might have run into him. But his main game for years has been PoE. And, like, once or twice a year, he'll do, like, a series where he'll record it on his Twitch stream so that he can get, like, questions and stuff live while he runs through it. But he genuinely puts together, like, a PowerPoint lecture, like, twice a year. And he'll do it twice a year because the game changes over time. So he feels the need to, like, redo it so that new people coming in have a better understanding. But he'll record it through his Twitch stream and then upload it to YouTube in parts. He does PoE University, like, once or twice a year, and literally does, like, full lecture presentations on the mechanics and systems of the game. And it's amazing. I even, like, earlier this year when he redid it, I threw it on in the background while I was working once, just because I was like, alright, what changed? What is he gonna say during this lecture while I'm only half paying attention that's gonna be not what I understood it to be? Those are better. Better armor, easier life. Gonna go to his uni, not gonna lie. It's a great series. And the fact that he renews it so frequently, like he redoes it to make sure it's up to date, is even better. I'm really only losing my cold resistance, and it's only 6% if I swap the wands right now. Maybe I should. Teachers could learn from him? Bro, actually. Like, when I was in college, most of my professors were pretty good about it. Like, having renewed, curriculums, like, that they redid once or twice a year. But I had some professors in university who, like, their curriculum was so old, and it showed. Especially when you're in, like, a technical program, where, like, for me, I'm going to lecture for, like, specific engines sometimes, right? Like, I would have a professor who teaches every concept of theirs, and, like, assigns all of our homework in Unity. So while they're teaching, like, basic concepts, they're also teaching us how to use Unity. And, like, in 2022, they were using curriculum where, like, in the screenshots, it was all made for, like, Unity 2017. And I was just like, you have not updated your shit in 5 years. And it's just on us to figure it out. This is bullshit. Like, I just have to go to Google whenever there's a discrepancy between what my professor is teaching and what I have to use to do the assignment, and I have to figure it out. That shit would drive me nuts. High school teachers are even worse, but college it stood out because of stuff like that. Like when you're teaching programs that get updated throughout the year, it really shows when your shit hasn't been updated in like 5 years, right? Because it gets so out of date. Those greaves are better, and they're basically the same links. That belt, pray for good RNG. Plus 10 strength, max life, passive life regen. Alright, it's not a bad belt at all. It's like the same amount of energy shield, it's one more. It's negligible difference. But just better modifiers. Not all the modifiers were great, but they were good ones. I take it. I'm just, you know, I'm a man who will take what he can get. Especially in Act 1. It kind of just is a game of take what you can get this early on. My RNG hasn't been that bad either. Like, what I've gotten has not been bad. I wish that I was getting better armor drops. for sure. Hold on. Okay, yeah. I'm going this way. I had to make sure that I didn't accidentally go up. I'm going down. Another 10% elemental damage. Tried Godot 4, and I kept finding stuff for Godot 3. I'm very outspoken about this. I do not like Godot. I do not like Godot at all. I don't know, like, at this point, Godot's in a spot where it's like, there's not many reasons that you would use Godot. And the reasons that there are like really niche. Like very few people are even going to be in a spot where Godot is the best option. Generally, I would always say, like, if you want to do 2D, I recommend Unity. If you want to do 3D, I recommend Unreal. At this point, I don't recommend Unity to anyone after their recent shit. I'm just like, yeah, use Unreal. Unreal has 2D plugins. Unreal does not work well with 2D natively, but it has some really cool plugins that pretty much convert the engine into being pretty good for 2D. Especially, I've seen a lot of people do those projects where they use 2D sprites and they make a 2D game that's actually being rendered in 3D. With like all the fancy, you know, lighting and stuff like that you can do with a 3D environment compared to 2D sprites and like static backgrounds and stuff. And Unreal is a great engine for that, man. That shit looks nice. Especially UE5, because I have now seen people using like Lumen with 2D sprites, and good lord, does that shit look beautiful. It's so clean. I love that style in general. The like 2D sprites in 3D environments. That itches like the perfect part of my brain. I don't know what it is about it, but goddamn, I can't get enough of that style. Run the game in editor and change stuff there. Not as fluidly as Unity. Like, the game, it's not like Unity. It can run in editor, which is really nice, but you can't change properties in real time most of the time. There are situations where, like, you'll be able to tweak a variable without even, like, stopping the game state. But normally you'll have to stop the game, tweak the variable, and then start it up in editor again. It's not as fluid as Unity's, but it's pretty good. It's better than Godot's. Bugs the hell out on me. Yeah, I don't like Godot. I generally just, like, I've never really, I think I've recommended Godot like once to someone, and it was one of those things where it was like what they wanted to do was so specific that I was like, yeah, you could probably use Godot, and it might actually be the best option. But generally nowadays, the thing with Unreal 2 is, it's really easy for beginners to pick up Unreal now. And even though it's not gonna force you into learning like a C language like Unity will, which is really good for carrying across to literally any other engine, but you can use like Blueprint if you're like beginner, I'm saying. Like, I love recommending it to beginners now because they can start using blueprints. Sorry, hold on. That headpiece is really good, and I do want to go more armor heavy, so I'll just hold on to that. But for now, I can't, in good faith, drop my headpiece. Set the camera far away with low FOV, and there you have it. Sorry, with the 2D thing? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to think of what it was called. There was a game, it was an indie project that I came across earlier this year, It's not done, but it was using UE5 and like Lumen and stuff. But all of the like characters and such in the game were using 2D sprites, and like the environments around them were in like a pixel art style, but they were using 3D assets, and it was so cool to my worst enemy. Sorry, what I was saying about when I recommend it to beginners, it's because they can start using blueprints, and it's visual scripting, so it's a lot easier to get into than like needing to memorize like syntax and all that shit just to even be able to get started. Like, you can start to learn basic concepts like I'm trying to think. Just like if statements through branches, or, you know, like for loops through literally just for loops. There's a node in Blueprint that's just a for loop. So I love recommending that to people who are like very beginner, because you learn how to script without needing to memorize syntax and like keywords and stuff like that to do it. Forgot to say I'm back. Welcome back, Jess. I love my man's drip at this point in the game. He's just in the weirdest outfit, running around the place with 2 wands made out of sticks. Made out of like driftwood from the beaches early on. He has a beautiful getup.
Here, heretic, in Rayclast, but I don't think you'll like it.
So here comes a boss that is very, very likely to kill this character. Alright, we're just gonna be real about it. We're all gonna brace for impact here. In this area, this boss could very well kill my character. I've not died to him on hardcore very much, but when I used to play hardcore, I used to play this game a lot more actively. So this might be rough, because my muscle memory has kicked in so many times throughout even just the last couple hours. And I have tried to press the space bar to like use my movement skill. Diablo 4 ruined my muscle memory earlier this year, apparently. So we're gonna see how this goes. Whenever he pops up, there he is. Oh, he missed the hook. I will not complain. Whoa, wrong key. Oh my god, my damage though. Okay, wait, I don't think I'm gonna die. Now that I've seen the amount of damage that I have right now.
Rest now, tormented soul.
That might be the fastest fight with Brutus I have ever had in this game. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, I genuinely think that is the fastest I've ever seen him drop. I don't think they nerfed this this build whatsoever. I don't think any of these skills got hit in the last year. I think we're good. To be fair, this is just leveling. This isn't even like the build. This is just like the early game skills that are close enough. It is a fire-based build. It's a similar setup to this, but this is like the super early game version of it.
Brutus's suffering out of avarice or mercy? Only you know the answer to that.
The Butcher on fire. It is. Brutus is pretty much the Butcher. We wanted Combustion to throw onto Rolling Magma. The only issue is I don't have a 3-link. I don't think I have any of the items to... What's it? To create links either.
God hasn't abandoned us.
Hold on. PoE lets you really tweak your, what's it called? Your gear to be exactly what you want it to be, but it's all... Oh, wait, that's a 3-link blue. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna lose the +1 level, but that's a 3-link blue. Never mind. We're fine. There we go. I forgot I was holding on to that, and that's why I was holding on to that. That is exactly why, actually. Good job, Cole. I was planning ahead. That's the number. This is the one that lets you reforge the links. So, like, if you used it on this one, or sorry, say like I used it on this one where 2 of these are linked, but the 3rd one isn't down here. It might link all 3. It might take this link away and only link these 2. It might make it so that none of them are linked. It's just a gamble every time that you use one of those items. So normally if you only have like 1 or 2, it's not really advisable to gamble with it. I'm assuming false means what's this? This is one of my favorite games ever. One of the strongest addictions I've ever had to a video game, Path of Exile. So yeah, combustion support, you link this bitch in, 10% more fire damage, 25% more chance to ignite. Ignited enemies have minus 10% to their fire resistance. Beautiful support for this build. Great. Nerd. This is... I have played hundreds of hours of this false. Genuinely. I could explain to you how all the systems work. This is the game that made me... playing this game is the reason that I took an emphasis on systems design while I was in college. It's because of this game. I'm gonna try out the new League mechanic and pray. Just so random out of the other games. What, like out of my other favorite games? If you sit down and look at my list of like favorite games ever, there's not much consistency across them. Genuinely, that's just kind of a thing. Where really, there's not much that... What is this? This has its own equipment tab? Sorry, how does this work? Oh, it says drink from the well of passing, which was here. I needed to look at the, Oh, out of the other games I've been playing recently, you mean? Who are you? Wait, that's me! Return to the living? It's called the Well of Passing because drinking from it kills you. Oh my god.
Your coming was foretold, but you are decades early. How odd. I am Navali, once a Hatungo for my people, now a revenant in service of the Mother of Death. Here you shall be tested by the greatest warriors that ever lived.
Stop running!
You will
This
be
is a sacred
weighed and
place.
measured on the scales of fate, and we shall determine your true worth. By the grace of a silver coin, you will know when the time is right to return. See you soon.
Who's running? I don't know. I heard the yelling too. The coral ring. Actually, wait. Let's gamba the coral ring. Where is this one? This one gives you a random rarity. I only got magic. I'm pissed. Gives me evasion. Oh, the cold resistance is beautiful. Okay, iron ring. Oh, shit. The iron ring goes away now, because that one's just better. Actually, gamba the helmet, too. Or do I have... This one just turns it into a rare. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna guarantee it to be a rare. You know, it doesn't have cold resistance, which is really important for Chapter 1. Shit. But it's still a good item. A good item's a good item. Hold on. I can do it again. Make this rare. That gave me cold resistance. Worth it. There are so many NPCs here.
Welcome.
What do you do? There's... On my mini-map, they're all marked with, like, different symbols. Oh boy. How expansive is this expansion? It was running through her mind. That is terrible. Participate in the Trial of the Ancestors. A silver coin is required for match entry. Alright, chat. If there is anything that's going to kill this character... Wait, favors? Oh my god. That's how many NPCs were on my minimap, by the way. That's all their symbols, too. If there's anything that's going to kill this character early on... Oh! Wait, what is this? Tattoo? Tattoo. Oh. 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 The reward is really... Honestly, less chance to be chilled or frozen is really good early on in PoE. And none of these other items, like if there was like wands or anything like that in here, or like a pure armor item, I would probably go for that. You already dead?
Aspires to set the stage for a legendary battle. Will the newcomer be up to the task?
Prepare my team?
Facing off against the outsider is...
Oh shit. How does this...
Tiaho of the Arahangui tribe.
None of them have a specialty. Throws cold spells from a distance. Oh my god, how... I'm going to die. I am dead. They all have specialties. None of my units have specialties. Oh no. This is where the character dies. This is where it happens. They all steal mana too, which sucks ass. Okay. Let's... You know, they've got... Okay, they have an escort, a flanker, and 2 defenders. I don't know what any of that truly means. But I would like an escort. Maybe 2. I'm assuming escort means they're gonna stick with me. What is defender? Why do I need defenders? I'm gonna go with defenders because it sounds safe.
Prepare yourselves.
Wait. Oh shit, I think I understand it. Is it League? Do I have to just go destroy the big thing? Oh my god, I am going to die. That was a lot of damage really fast. I don't like it. Ah!
I must have time to come.
Silver Comet.
Stop casting comets at me! What is this?
My mana is spent.
My boy is dead. Did I say we'll see you around to Jess? Oh wait, he respawned. Ah! They put a MOBA in the game. I think I understand it, but it's still... This is so bizarre. And it's going to get me killed. I'm frozen! I should have taken attackers, man. I don't understand what's happening. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Good thing I have passive regen. I can try to run. How does this work? Banishing all of your opponent's totems. That's my objective, just says to banish the totems. Ow! Wait, no. They're banishing my totems. What's happening? I'm going to die. This is how a character dies. Does this still work? Does logging out work? Oh my god, I saved the character. Alright, I'm gonna go back to that way later. I'm gonna ignore that, because that was gonna get my character killed.
Well, since you're so bloody determined to cheat the britches off
Might need
death,
more levels for that.
have one of these for luck. And when they write the song
Jesus
about you,
Christ.
just be sure to mention that it
Still
was
works.
Tarkley who taught you everything you know.
I don't know. Oh, I think Flame Dash would be nice. Flame Dash would be... I can just run that over Frostblink, right? I have so many passives that are more geared towards it. Oh, I need more intelligence for it. Shit. Alright. That's fine. Hold on, let me check the list for other stuff that I want still. That one... I just need to play more of Act 1 before it's available. Okay. Right. So, what did I learn? There's a MOBA now. And my character is not strong enough for it yet. My takeaways. That was scary. That was way too scary for me. Especially after I made some changes so that I'm less... I'm less geared towards survivability and more towards just damage. With the couple of changes I made literally right before that. So I was getting my ass beat. Don't say weak ass. He's strong, it's just that's the expansion stuff, and I was not ready, clearly. It's plenty strong, look at him. Normal enemies, no problem. Come on, I want good items, I want good loot. Ooh, I think a Brigandine is a hybrid item. It might be full armor. It is a hybrid. God damn it. For a second, I was like, I think that's armor. But then I caught myself. Oh, I didn't swap. Oh, because of intelligence. That's why. I was like, I didn't swap to Flame Dash. Because I want fire. I'm way more geared towards it. But what is my intelligence at? 33. I'm surprised that I don't have enough. Whoa, that's a really big AoE. Burning Menace is actually strong. Okay, we're good. We're fine. We're fine. Oh, my passives. Is the expansion new? I'm like a month and a half or so late to it. Okay, I'm going further down here. Gonna grab all the life stuff here. Oh, shit. I need the strength node first. And then we're just gonna pump up max life. And then along this line, there's a ton of these that we're gonna grab. I'll probably go up from there first. Because I could get a bunch of elemental damage here. Like that 50%, that's a huge boost. Insane boost. So I'll probably go up that way first. Because I'm using all fire stuff. So 50% elemental damage is just plus 50% damage for my character. I don't use anything that's not elemental on this build. Hello? No random enemy packs that are gonna nuke me, right, guys? I don't want to lose my hardcore so soon. Maybe I shouldn't have played on hardcore, but where's the fun in that? Actually, to be fair, I did start out saying, you know what, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna ease myself back in. I'll play a non-hardcore, and then I played for like 5 minutes, realized that even the first normally threatening enemy is like, oh, I feel nothing. There's no risk to this. And then quit out and restarted as hardcore. I did this to myself, even after trying to do the smart thing. Now Jess has me second-guessing my RuneScape scheme from yesterday. I might have actually made net loss on it. I could check. The bananas will definitely have sold by now. Because I did have like 1,000 of them on the market, but it's been like a whole 24 hours, so they should be sold. There's no way they aren't. I don't need lightning resist right now. God damn it. Where are all just like armor? I want armor. Why can I not find enough just like good armor items? Gloves, specifically. Would be nice. Gloves would be great. If the game would like to give them to me, that is. Maybe I should go hybrid, though. I have so much life regen right now. Hybrid armor and energy shield, I think. Not evasion. I don't need evasion. I definitely want to mainly use armor, since the build will be more strength-oriented than anything else. I'm gonna have very little dex, so that's why I'm just like, I don't need any evasion rating. It's not worth it. The other top-down game, the one where you were a bear. False, please. Please don't do this to me right now. I knew, even before you said bear, I knew which one you meant, but please. Tell me you're saying that for a reaction. You remember the name of it, right? You remember it, right? And also, it's isometric. Oh, wait. Okay, those are armor, but they're like the lowest tier armor gloves. Diablo! See, she knows the game. The one Kaz said that sucked ass. I do not trust Kaz's gaming takes whatsoever anymore. Because anyone right now who disagrees that this is one of the greatest years in gaming history has bad gaming takes. It is as simple and as black and white for me as that. Like, if you don't recognize that this is one of the biggest years for gaming ever, like in the entire history of the industry, there's no way. There's no way. Assetto? Corsa? Do you like racing games, False? No, I don't. Then you wouldn't like it. I don't really see that. AC6 is good. Man, it is one of the biggest years the industry has ever had. Like, it's a legit, like, 2007 kind of year right now. Like, even beyond AC6, right? There's the RE4 remake, Dead Space remake as well. Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3. Trying to think, what else has come out this year? There's a lot that came out this year. A lot of, like, good heavy hitters. Not just that came out. Here, let me pull up the list. I did this recently, and it was crazy to me, where I just went to Metacritic, and I was like, what games came out this year? And I read through it recently, and it was wild. Oh yeah, we got a Metroid Prime remaster. Street Fighter 6 is like the best fighting game I've ever played. I say that as a bit of a noob for fighting games, but like, holy shit, the mechanics are so good. Diablo 4. We also already got an expansion for RE4, like a full-blown campaign expansion for $10. That recently came out. We got a Quake 2 remake. We got the Cyberpunk expansion that also completely overhauled the game and made Cyberpunk genuinely a top-tier RPG, which is the craziest 180 I've seen in a while in terms of like a game going from shit to genuinely really damn good. We got Pikmin 4, Final Fantasy 16. We got the new Monster Hunter that I couldn't tell you the name of, but that came out this year. We got Starfield. We got Octopath Traveler 2. We got... what else is on here? Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We got... now there's just a lot of stuff that I haven't played yet, so I'm not reading it. We got Dredge. We got Remnant 2. We got the new Forza that came out today that apparently is actually really good. I'm not a racing game guy, but for those that are into racing games, I'm happy for you because apparently that game is actually really, really good. We got Liza P. New Assassin's Creed just came out. That's true. That's true. I'm still looking because there's so much. A lot of this is like ports is the reason that there are these long pauses. Because they have stuff like Sifu on here, but it's just because Sifu came out on Switch. It didn't actually come out this year, right? Metacritic, unfortunately, doesn't filter out ports on their like list of games from this year. Oh yeah, that Bayonetta game came out, and apparently that wasn't bad. Like that completely different Bayonetta game. Like the complete style shift. That apparently was also good. I didn't play it, but people said it was really good. RE4 has a lot to be desired. As a lifelong RE fan, the original RE4 was always very overrated. And the new RE4 just brings it to like a level of quality where I could almost understand the original love of the game. The original RE4 gets put up on a pedestal that it really shouldn't. There's a lot wrong with that game. It's a really fun game. It's not as good as everyone makes it out to be, though. It's not even the best game in the series. Like, so many people are like, yep, it's the best Resident Evil ever. It's not. It's not. Remove the bloom and fix the movement? Fix the movement. The movement's great. The bloom, I would agree. I do not like the bloom. I think most weapons, it's fine. But, with stuff like the... what's it called? The LE5, the MP5 in the game. That thing, like, both the SMGs, actually, it cannot hit the broadside of a barn. Like, they just spray bullets every which way. And the SMGs end up just not being very good. But a lot of weapons, it's fine. Some weapons, it's not. I think for most of the pistols, it's actually pretty solid as well. The only exception being the Red 9 kind of needed the laser. Because the Red 9... you can't stun enemies? Yes, you can. What? What do you mean you can't stun enemies? Unless you mean like a full knockdown. But you can stun enemies really easily in RE4 Remake. Not like in the OG. I think it's a good thing. Because a lot of the stuff, like, the gameplay got sped up a lot. But it's because they gave you more to work with, so they also buffed the enemies. I don't see a problem with that at all. To that extent, like, there's also a thing with remakes where... I get that a lot of people... just get angry at things being different than the original. Not because the new change is bad, but just because it's not the way it was before. I always try to differentiate that feeling whenever I play a remake, because like when I played RE2 at first, I had a lot of that. The remake of RE2, obviously. I had a lot of that since I grew up so heavily tied to the original. But when I took a step back, I was like, this game is actually really good. I just didn't... I had such a strong reaction just because it was different. And I think the RE4 remake had a ton of that from fans. Like, the design is great in the remake. But there's a lot of things that people just don't like because it changed, if that makes sense. Like, enemies being more aggressive being one of them. I heard a lot of people complaining about how aggressive the enemies were. Could you parry chainsaw? No, there was no blocking system at all in the original. Which is another reason why the enemies are more aggressive. Because they gave Leon something that made him way stronger. So they made the enemies a lot stronger so that you could engage with the new system without it ruining the pace and the difficulty of the original game. None of that was good. Where's all my good loot, man? This loot is lacking. I could move on, but I'm pretty sure there's a side quest here. I got a call. That was a fast call. No. The block system wasn't in the original at all. A and B don't change much. That's still, like, that's my number one thing with the RE2 remake that I hate. The RE2 remake overall is now my favorite Resident Evil game, since I kind of did the, like, taking a step back thing. But, what's it called? The A and B scenarios were a huge letdown. Freaked out when he parried the chainsaw. Yeah. I saw his thumbnail for it. I'm not saying anything more than that. I could get into YouTube slander, but I won't. Because we all know by now, I love me some YouTube slander. Also, random thought. The Armored Core 5 video might not be so screwed timeline-wise. I think, realistically, if I just buckled up, sat down, and got her done, I think I could finish the game by the end of today. And I could probably bang out the script early tomorrow morning and record it and splice the audio, like, all before stream. And then I could just do some extra clipping work compared to how much I would normally do, like do more than I normally would in a night, and I could probably be back on schedule to have it done by like Friday for members and patrons. Probably. I think realistically I could get it done by Friday, but it would be like, if I want it done by Friday morning for patrons and members, like I've been trying to do recently, it's gonna be a crazy grind, but I realistically could do it. For a minute there, when I talked about it yesterday, it was like, I do not think, even if I really, really tried, I could have this done by Friday. Why is the game so long? Why is the game so long, dude? It's my one thing with AC5 so far. I had no idea it was gonna be so long. I'm not using knockback. Wait. Hold on. It works with Frostblink. It might work with Flame Dash? I might want to take it. Does AC4 and 5 have turning speed? 4, I think does. I'm not 100% on that. 5 100% does. Like, it's very, very noticeable in 5. 4, it's like, it might be there, but it's subtle. 5, it's not even a question. It is absolutely there. Because if I run the wrong arms and legs combo in 5, it feels like I cannot turn. That helmet is nice. This helmet is a little less armor, but I'm getting some more energy shield out of it, so it's worth it. Oh, and the magic effect is giving me more mana. That helps too. This helmet's nice, because I think I want to hybrid a little more energy shield if I can. 26 was feeling like a good amount of shield for a while. Now it's not. It is starting to not feel like a good amount of like buffer between shield and health. It takes like 2 ticks of damage from enemies, and the shield is gone now. So I might need some more. Where the hell is this side quest? It's a shit helmet. I don't want it. I'm like 90% sure that the side quest that's here gives you a skill point. Not 100%. It could be respec points, and I could just be wrong. But I'm pretty certain that it gives you a skill point. Oh, I see it. It's on the map now. There we go. Oh, this is a dead end. Shit. The maps randomize every time for people not familiar with the game. Like, it's the same, like, area, but the actual layout of it changes every time you enter it, and it resets. So, trying to find this guy was a bit more of a pain in the ass than I'm used to.
Have time.
Frankly, I would have been surprised if you hadn't recognized me. Yes, 'tis I, Captain Sigmund Fairgraves, wave tamer, pirate bane, and conveyor of civilization to barbaric lands. So, what am I doing here? Apart from blowing my own bugle? I'm marooned, languishing, thanks to a pair of pretty blue eyes. Stuck fast in the filthy mud of Rayclast, thanks to one sultry little slave girl. I liberated her from the flesh pits of Trathos, and she repaid me in full with sleight of hand, swift feet. Turned the coat of my first mate, took my hard-earned all-flame, with it the wind out of my sails. Find my all-flame, I beg of you. Till I feel its warmth again, I'm trapped here, high and dry, until the sun's final setting.
Oh.
Till we meet again, perhaps.
Perhaps. Oh shit. Please. Okay, this is also a dead end. Great. So now I've actually cleared the whole map already. This one's pretty straightforward. There's this cave right here. I go down there, get the thing, bring it back. Easy clap. Skill point earned, I believe. And I checked my level while I was talking to him. I am a good bit over leveled. I am just trying to make sure that I'm going to be safe. If I can at least get through, like, Act 2 after such a long time away. These are my rewards. Are you shitting me? Holy terrible. If I can at least get through Act 2 on the first character back, I will take it. I will be very happy with that. But if I want to get to Act 2, I have to survive Act 1 first. Which we're very close to the end of, for the record. No, I have cold and lightning resist on the other chest plate. I can't level up my gems. Oh, it's intelligence. I do not have enough. That's unfortunate. Wait, am I gonna grab the mastery on this? I'm not. Okay. I didn't even think about that until just now, since I'm gonna grab like all the surrounding nodes. 10% max life and increased effect of consecrated ground, which I don't have yet. Consecrated ground comes from the subclass later, but the 10% max life is a good increase. Survivability is important, especially the fact that it's just along the way for me to get way more elemental damage. It's pretty nice. I don't think I'm gonna use Wither, but at some point I might try to do something with it. I doubt it, but I don't know. Sometimes I just randomly get a little wacky and decide that I'm gonna kill a character by experimenting a little too much. So I can drop that in the good old loot chest for later, potentially. Damn. Double checking. Yeah, for a second I was like, maybe some of that will be useful. That wand, I couldn't even use that one. I do have a bit of a problem with the lack of intelligence. I will grab a couple nodes like further up this way, at the very least. But the intelligence problem might not get solved anytime soon. I managed to completely sidestep like all the intelligence, so now I'm kind of gonna be stuck with lower level gear just because I don't have it. Unless I just get it on items, like unless I get it on gear from modifiers, that could obviously happen. Do that, thank you. We never say no to a shrine. Character's really dumb, we get it. Yeah, he's trying his best. You know, he does what he can. But, so, you know, you can't just ignore the fact that he might... How long are those tentacles gonna stay there? Oh, of course, shoot stuff out too. That's great. Not using any of it. Grab the all flame. There is an exit.
I must have time to
Let me clear the area. There's like this one little branch that I did not check out. See? Pack of enemies. Pack of enemies is possible loot, guaranteed XP. Better loot and more XP means lower chance of me throwing away my first character. Bring this shit back to him. And then I think after this, there's like 2 areas and a boss fight. And then Act 1 is over, if I'm remembering right.
Please understand that as a gentleman of honor, it pains me greatly to do this. Hard times call.
Hold on. Flame wall might be great here. Just throw a few of those down. Yep, flame wall is pretty good. That works. That certainly works. Damn. Why does it have to be evasion rating shit everywhere? Like, I don't even have that much dexterity. Why is it giving me so much that's geared towards evasion? I think it's just intentionally giving me the worst RNG it can at this point.
Mervale dwells in the caves beyond the wrecks, at the head of Siren's Cove. Leave her be, and we can only hope that she continues to return the favor.
Unless...
Take care.
Fairgraves was a good man, fine explorer. He opened the door to many a new world, for better or for worse. Usually for worse when it came to the natives. There's some peace in the knowledge that he now rests where he should. Let's not speak of Fairgraves again, shall we? He was an inspiration to many. 'Twould be a shame to spoil a good hero.
Is this a skill point? It is. It was worth it. So we grab that. We get another 6% max life. We're into the 400s. Properly tanky so that the boss at the end of Act 1 will not drop my ass. Hopefully. At least that's the plan. We'll see how well the plan works out. But in theory, it should work. Okay, there's the exit. Further away than I remembered it being. Right? I still don't have the intelligence for Flame Dash. Yeah, the intelligence problem is real. Definitely would have been nice to get it on some items. If the League mechanic wasn't so dangerous, I would engage with it more. Maybe it's not that dangerous. Maybe it's just that I had, like, such a flawed understanding of what was happening when it all started. And with a bit of better planning, it could actually work out pretty well. I hate that it's rare and that it's, like, exactly what I'm looking for. Or what I was looking for, but now I'm like, okay, but maybe I do need a little energy shield on the build, if we're being honest. Getting more intelligence will give me more shield too, to be fair. That problem might kind of fix itself. Not entirely fix itself, but it should get better soon. I hope. Hold on, how far? So I'm gonna, oh shit. The next couple of passive points I get, that's Dex. I don't need more Dex. If that was an amulet for intelligence, I would have swept it up immediately. So that would open up a lot of possibilities for me. Sorry. The next couple passive points are just gonna go into strength nodes, which is like barely noticeable at all. At least compared to stuff like, you know, 10% increased damage every time I level up. It's barely noticeable. It's there. It does have an effect. It's just not that kind of effect. But then, once I grab an intelligence node, it's gonna immediately open up a lot, just getting 10 more. I'll be able to upgrade my skill gems, and they'll all start pumping out way more damage. I'll be able to slot in the Flame Dash over the Frost Blink. It's gonna be a big moment. And then once I've moved through the tree a little more, I do not want to go in there yet. Of course, I'll be able to get back to like plus 10% damage, plus 10% damage. Soon enough, I do have a plus 50% elemental node mapped out. That's definitely the one I'm trying to, you know, work my way towards next. Just because that's just plus 50% damage for me. So I'm definitely not saying no to that kind of buff. Watch out, you guys. Sorry. I don't know. I didn't check if
Must have time to gather
my Act 2 skill gems change up a whole lot. Depending on the build and like what I'm trying to level towards, sometimes the setup will change a lot going into Act 2. Sometimes it'll stay like exactly the same skill-wise. Kind of just depends what's available for what I'm building out. Almost always, Act 3 changes the build drastically. Like, I have almost never had a build where my setup doesn't change a ton going into Act 3. Act 3 is kind of where the game really picks up build-wise in general. That's normally like a big power increase, especially since it's where you get the subclass opened up. So yeah, we're going into strength, and then we're gonna go up another strength node and to the left to grab this plus 50%. Obviously hitting all the little ones along the way as well. I think I hear something scampering around near me. Sorry, I like to even look at that outside of just explaining the thought process. Just so that I like burn it in and I don't have to look at my like build map for the next few levels. Just to know where I'm going. Sure, give me the lore.
We knew in our hearts that you would find us. Come, Doresso. Ambrosia and Amarissa must meet their father. Come, my love. Return to your family.
I hope she's not talking to me. I swear, there's no way that I have any kids. Trust me. I would know by now. You can't tell me I've got kids. Give me those. Plus 14 dex. I mean, okay. It's like, I don't want dex, but if it's free, like added on to what I've got right now, and it's a trade-off of like 14 dex passively will get me like another 2% evasion chance for a 1 armor point trade-off. So sure, why not? But like, it's just not what I was hoping for when I rolled the stat. You know, things like fire damage, intelligence, those sorts of things, spell damage, those are all things that I would love to get right about now. Dexterity, not so much. Even just keep giving me like max life regen, life on kill, things that just make me even harder to drop would be great. It's hardcore after all. Hold on, let me use a town portal real quick. Go and get the update on the side quests.
If you must take your chances with the siren, then have this. It may be of some help. But please.
Or is this the main
you don't
quest?
have to do this. Tarkley and I are getting used to having you around.
This might actually be the main quest. I don't think I'm going to be taking any of it. Oh wait, yes I am. Hold on, she should have... Or does she not? Don't tell me this is out of date. I thought she would have Flame Surge here. Here, you can take that back. I'm not using Static Strike. Maybe she does have it, but... Oh, she does have it. You just have to buy it. I don't have the intelligence because of course I don't. What's new? My character is not smart. Okay, so she did have Flame Surge. Do you have the supports that I want to link to it, by chance? I could use the sheet. I should use the sheet. Hold on. Wait, she should have it. Wait, yeah, she should have it. Where is your efficacy? Oh, wait, it is there. I'm stupid. I didn't see it. True to the character. We'll reorganize. And then I also wanted Arcane Surge, which I'm almost positive that she sells. Boom. It would need another...
Farewell.
Regem all blue link to run.
Hello.
Might as well just...
Be well.
Alright. And also these. I'm selling those to her too. Was this? Oh, Wither. I said I was gonna keep for whatever reason. Even though I really don't need to.
Yes?
Alright.
Be well.
Eventually those, yeah, I was gonna say, will add up to an orb. Okay, so once I've got the intelligence for either of those, I can add some more skills in here. Also, sorry, hold on. Oh. Hold on. There is one gem that I add around this point, and she sells it after Caged Brute. You know what? I have so many town portals. Let's see. It has no links required. It's just a single gem. She'll have it as well. Vitality? There it is.
Be well.
This is an aura skill, which are great. So this aura literally will just grant life regen of 12.1 a second at its current level. It does reserve 40 mana, but I've got 219. So having it up will cut your max mana by 40 by the amount. But it's gonna add an additional 12 life regen a second. So it's worth it. This is because I used this build on hardcore when I played it last year. That's why this got added. Because it feels out of place next to everything else, just being like fire, fire, fire. Whoa! Okay, they hurt a lot. Holy shit, that was a scary moment. But yeah, it's for the survivability and nothing else. The way that there are so many items dropping and none of them are good for me. Beautiful. The build is running very well for this point in the game. Okay, I can still level up combustion. I did the thing again, where I muscle memoried spacebar because of D4. Diablo 4 was so fun. I'll definitely check out Season 2. I'm honestly hoping for the turnaround after Season 1. Because, like, the game's launch was a blast. Jesus Christ. Getting frozen on opening that is terrifying. I should have read before I clicked. Because I probably, like, I would have clicked it anyway. But at least I would have known that that was going to happen. That one just caught me off guard. Ooh. Ooh, what a mana flask. Grants immunity to ignite is like, it might come in handy at some random point, but the increased recovery rate makes it nice. If that was a life flask, it would be very good. Just to have 44% increased recovery. But I'll take it. Mana or life. I'm not gonna complain about having it on anything. Wait. I missed the superior large mana flask. I just didn't even read that the first time through. I'm glad that I caught that on the way back. No crazy modifiers, but just literally gives a little bit more than the other one would have. Again, I'm not gonna complain about it. Treasure chest. Oh god. Okay. Let's do a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Strapped leather is evasion. Son of a bitch. It's dropping me so much evasion stuff when I'm sitting here hoping for armor and maybe energy shield. from time to time. Like, I want a little bit of shield, but I'm focused on armor. Primarily. Okay, so that is the boss room. We will clear this out and just see if there's even a chance that I could get myself one more level before going in. This is the big Act 1 boss. Out of everything in Act 1, this is the most likely to kill me. She has a lot of cold damage, which isn't just scary because it's an elemental damage type, so like it hurts.
I must have time.
It's scary because it's cold specifically, meaning it can freeze me. Like, it can actually just prevent me from moving, full stop. And playing hardcore, that is like one of the scariest things. Not being able to move all of a sudden is not good. This is a fairly big area, actually. I didn't think it would be this much more. They're telling me there's a chance I might be able to grab one more passive point. Even though it's just gonna go into strength, I wouldn't complain. My health would go up and stuff like that, so I would take it if the game was willing to give it to me. Maybe. There's not enough enemies for it, man. I'm just gonna have to go in as I am. It should be fine. Like, her mechanics aren't the worst, but just from what I remember of her, she's the kind of boss that, like, when she does land an attack, it hurts. Especially if you don't have a ton of cold resistance that you've worked up throughout Act 1, which I don't. Hello, Smitty. How's it going? Boom. A lot of damage. A lot of good stuff there. I'm scared for this boss. I don't want to go in there. I'm worried that it'll be the death of this guy that I've spent the last couple hours building up. How do you even get over there? Yes. Like, I can see that there's more map to this map, but I don't know how you even get there. Here we go. Moment of truth. Do I lose it all right here? Oh god. Yeah, that hurts a little bit. I thankfully managed to get some cold resistance. It's not like a ton to where she's gonna be like a non-threat, but I did at least get myself some before this. That's why throughout Act 1 I was looking for cold damage. Like, I was excited when I got it. It's just because of her. Now here comes the crazy part. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, my damage is pretty good against her. She's got the exploding ones, the actual scary ones. Little blue guys, not so bad. Little red guys, terrifying. Okay.
A woman corrupted beyond humanity.
We're fine.
I must cure this plague before it sickens all of God's creation.
I love the Templar so much. Oh, hold on, the damp... Oh, wait. My bad. I was gonna read the diary.
So twisted.
But now I can't go back.
Pray that I'm not too late to turn the
I'll take it. We're officially into Act 2. I made it through all of Act 1, no death. Didn't lose the character. So far, so good. I would like to get to Act 3 on this character. I'm not sure if that's as realistic for, you know, first character back in this long. But I would definitely like to. I'll see what I can do. See what I can make happen. I wish I had the intelligence to use better wands, because I definitely would. I don't know if any of this is good. We're gonna get a lot of good item drops early in Act 2. The life flasks are both actually good, though. Just because of, like, the sudden jump in enemy levels and stuff. There's suddenly gonna be a lot of, like, higher tier gear dropping. Act 2 is a little crazier than Act 1 in terms of just the shit that's gonna go down. But I think it should be fine. I think I could definitely get this character to Act 3. The Act 2 boss used to screw me a lot when I first started playing hardcore. I struggled to get through that boss without dying. So, I would say the most realistic way that this is gonna go, now that I didn't die to Mervale, is I'm gonna get to the end of Chapter 2 at the very least. Before that boss very likely drops me dead just before Act 3. Oh, Bismuth? I don't think I'm gonna use Bismuth. Oh yeah, the Vitality's got up to 16 life regen now. We're really cooking. It could definitely help in a bad spot, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. I might grab it just to put in the stash, in case I want it, sort of thing. Spell resistant my ass. Rolling magma kills everything. I'm gonna continue my map clearing ways through Act 2 because I'm still worried about this act. Honestly, Act 3's all the act ending bosses are pretty scary through the first 3 at least. I'd like for the camera to zoom out a little. I don't think there's a way to zoom out further than this. I would agree. I think it's just because I'm so used to it. The camera is like a little close. I think honestly in this spot though, it's worse because of the trees. The trees make it feel a lot more claustrophobic than it otherwise would. There's just so much shit everywhere. Matthew, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Hello? Aha! It was worth it too. Just keep throwing fireballs. And eventually we win. I don't know why. I keep seeing like the effect on the arrow quivers and thinking like, oh, that's a great effect. Like life on kill, 7 life on kill would be great. But it's an arrow quiver and I'm not using a bow. Like it does nothing for me. What do you got? Gain a flash charge when you deal a critical strike. Holy hiccups. I just got hit by like 4 at a time. Reduced cost of mana skills during effect. That I will take. You know, getting a charge on a crit is fine. I don't crit very often with this, but the reduced mana cost, like while the mana's actually coming back, that is nice. It just makes things a little less demanding for me. Alright, we got a lot that's gonna happen here.
That look in your eye, I recognize it. A survivor, just like Einar. That is my name, Exile, Einar. In my native tongue it means lone fighter. That is what Einar was for many years.
Many years, you say.
It is dangerous now to fight alone. Too dangerous, even for the mighty Einar. We are in the final days of this world, Exile. That I am sure. We survivors must unite, prepare for the end, and delay its arrival as long as we can. For that, we will need supplies, weapons, shelter, food. The others here do not understand me the way you do. Meet me in the riverways, and Einar will explain what must be done.
Currency is interesting in PoE because, like, all of these that you see along this side, these are all currency items. There's not, like, one uniform currency. So, like, collecting a bunch of items to sell in this game isn't really a thing that I do, at least. Like, you'll definitely... Some people do it. I really don't, though. Because it doesn't end up being that worthwhile in this game.
Into the forest or into the ground. You seem different somehow. Different good, different bad, it's hard to tell at this stage. The name is Eramir, and for now you have the benefit of my doubt.
That's good.
Those bandits you've encountered out there, they're the dregs of Oriath. And with any foul broth, the nastiest chunks bubble to the surface. The lords of Larceny, Oak, Creighton, and Alira, the self-appointed monarchs of the forest, Creighton in the east, Alira in the west, Oak in the north, and this village, this tribe, we pay their taxes.
Oh!
I would never venture to say that life in Wraeclast is easy, but with those three gone, well, living here might just become possible. The end of learning is...
Sorry, when I tabbed out there, all of a sudden, it was because, those three bandit, like, chiefs, there's a whole thing with them in Act 2, where the way that you interact with them will get you different rewards, so I had to check which one I had on this build.
I am Groost.
Which path I had, that is.
Hunt to feed my people. You are not a friend to us. You need to run faster than Boar.
Well, I am a friend. So even though I can't run faster than Boar, I won't need it.
Keeper of the spirit. Are you a kind exile like Eramir? He is good to us, helps us. You will stay and help us too, yes?
Yeah.
A beast hunts us in her dreams. A great white beast, tortured and maddened by bad men, a long time gone. She will come here one night to tear, crush, and eat. Her pain tells her to. Find the white beast and end her pain before she shares it with us.
Okay.
Be well.
You and me, we are the same. We dream big. We find new places. We do not tell stories.
No.
Stories are told about us.
That's true.
I learn the words, the ways of Oriath. You listen to me, and not pigheads like Groost. Then you will live to find more new places. The road. It runs east and west of here. To the west it passes the bandit woman's camp, then turns south to the sea. But you say it is now blocked. I have seen a strange thing in the rock by that south pass. Like one of Groost's carvings, but of stone. You should go look at it. What has been closed might be opened again.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking at skills set up for Act 2. The skills don't really change, like that I'm using here, but some of the supports do. So I was looking at, like, what do I have to do before I start changing stuff up?
Dying, but even a rotting carcass has its uses, yes? Then it is settled. We will make rotting carcasses and use them to produce the tools we will need to survive. But only the finest rotting carcasses will do. Einar is not picky, but I cannot say the same for the first ones. There are a few beasts nearby, Exile. Special beasts.
Special beasts.
We will find them. We will fight them. I will catch them. You will enjoy the fruits of my labor. We will be best friends. Now, let's hunt. Together.
Let's hunt together, Einhar. I love this guy. This guy, I think, can't remember. I think he got added before I ever started playing the game. I think he's like always been here as long as I've played. But I know that he came from one of the old leagues and just made it into standard because his mechanic is enjoyable. There are some rare beasts as you play through the game that starting in Act 2, this all comes into play. That when you kill them, instead of them dying, like Einhar will swoop in out of nowhere and capture them. And then you can go to his area, and he's got like an arena set up for you to rematch against multiple of those beasts at once. To like craft certain items with certain status effects, or not status effects, sorry, modifiers on them. Really wish that I didn't have such an intelligence shortfall on this character right now. It's definitely worth grabbing all the elemental damage though. So I'm gonna do that first before I keep going up just the stat increases. Ooh. Speaking of mechanics that get introduced with Act 2. I don't remember what the term is for these. But these are like little side areas that have a chance to spawn that will carry, at the end of it, there will be like rare modified versions of certain skill gems that you can get. And it's completely random, but if you get one that's good for your build, it's super, super worthwhile. They do have modifiers though. Like the monsters here are gonna deal 13% more damage. And, plus 33% quantity of items, and I have minus 12% resistances as well. So elemental stuff is gonna hurt like a bitch, and enemies in general are gonna hurt. But they're gonna drop a lot more items on top of just, I'm gonna get potentially good skill gems at the end. It's a low chance, considering just how many skills are in the game, that it's gonna be good for you. But when that chance turns out to, roll a true, it's pretty nice. Oh god. You have a lot of health.
Go with God.
Give me that elemental damage. These next 3 levels are just gonna pump the damage a lot. It's gonna be very, very nice. I think topaz rings are actually good to grab for Act 2. I think the Act 2 boss uses a lot of lightning damage, if I'm remembering right. I don't remember though, which is what worries me. I think I'm just gonna run without it. I didn't use cold resistance rings for Mervale, so I probably, like, obviously a good ring could help. I didn't realize how slowly how quickly my health was draining there until it was down to like half health. That could have been a bad moment where I was just sitting here rambling and did not realize that I was dying. Uh-oh. Slow down, everyone. Slow down. Slow down. There we go. Grand Mana Flask is above Greater. I couldn't remember the tiers for a second. Occurs instantly. Wow. And it got a huge buff to the amount that occurs. Actually, Yeah, I want the faster regenning one. If I'm choosing between those two. You guys leave me alone for a second? There's a lot of loot on the ground. That could be pretty good. I'm gonna have to roll it to a higher rarity. Oh, here's the vessel already. Rejuvenation totem. Slightly disappointed. Slightly disappointed in that. It could get worked in. Maybe. Really, it's a throw it in the chest. Maybe I'll use it at some point kind of item. I want to clear this area just because of the increased drop rate. Like, this is... I have a great chance to get a lot of loot here. Oh, wait. This mana flask is kind of weird. I misread what it actually is doing. Okay, it's a little strange. The new giant mana flask, when I activate it, it doesn't do anything, and then at the end of its normal, like, overtime timer, that's when it's giving me all of the mana that it normally would. That one's a little odd. It does fully refill it, but it's kind of weird. This does have a red gem, or sorry, a red gem slot. It gives me some energy shield. That's good. I rolled it to have higher armor anyway, and also have some shield on it. And it has lightning resist. Oh! I'm gonna also put that over in, like, the... Let me upgrade the resistance ring and see what I think about it category. That's not so bad. I got good items out of it, even if the actual skill gem was not great. Anyway, back to hunting for rare beasts with Einhar. One of my favorite activities in the game. Where does this one go? Oh, to the Western Forest. One of the bandits is there, so it's good for me to remember just where that exit is. There's actually a couple things that I can go and do there. Oh yeah, by the way, with the bandit leaders, I am killing all of them. Which, if I remember right, the reward for killing all three is you get 2 passive nodes. You get 2 skill points from it. Sorry, was that a chaos? That was a chaos. That is a rare currency item. Chaos orbs are, like, in Trade League, they're kind of like the main currency that people use. What the hell is that image on it? What? And why do they all have it? Why is it glowy like that? This has to be the new league in some way, shape, or form. Hold on. Coral Ring is actually good. Let's see. 6% increased cold damage, and that's in a different color. Ooh, it adds fire damage to attacks too, plus max energy shield, plus chaos resistance. What an upgrade over my last ring. Jesus. One can only hope for a roll so good. God damn. Hello, False. I'm gonna be honest, I have been running the numbers in my head for like the last 3 minutes in the background of the banana scheme from yesterday on RuneScape. Because now Jess and Rowan have me worried that I actually might have suffered a net loss on the banana scheme because of the nature runes that I had to buy? I don't think I did. Running the numbers in my head, and I know that I had like about 50,000 gold to start out with when I started flipping. So like if I just logged on and saw how much they all sold for, I would already know my answer. Andre, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. At the end of stream, I'm gonna have to log on and see if I lost any. Because now I am genuinely like, uh-oh. Did I make a mistake? Okay, I'm taking more damage than I should be. Where are all the Einhar beasts at? I feel like I'm running around the whole area and not finding any. Hold on, passive node. Plus 12% elemental damage. It's a beautiful thing. Having all this elemental damage. Plus the 5 to 7 from the ring also gets the elemental, or sorry, the percentile buff on top of that. That adds to the base, and then the percentile goes on to the base. System design 101. Well, some games will intentionally not do that, but most games do it that way. That was one of them. That's one of the beasts found. With his giant crab magic bullshit. There's another one over here. I see it on the mini-map. Oh my god, I'm dying! I am taking damage rapidly. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Don't let this be how he dies. Please. Oh shit! It's the little bitch. It's the actual, like, the pink crab thing. That's the Einhar beast, and that's the one that hurts so bad.
You are well prepared for the end.
That one was kind of spooky. That's pretty good armor and shield. Oh yeah, but all of the modifiers on it. Oh no, I was gonna turn that into a rare if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I could do that right now. I could go back to town. I was gonna say I could use a portal, but I am actually almost back to where I entered. There's still 2 beasts in the area. I don't know where. I ran the whole outline.
I must have time to gather.
They must just be somewhere where they never appeared on the map. Like I never got close enough to make them appear. Hold on. Where would these beasts be? Oh, they're probably... Hold on. Down this way. I never ran down this way. Fusing is good. Orb of fusing is very good. This new mana flask is weird as shit. I don't think I like it. I regret dropping my old one. I did not read this effect properly. And it feels weird for me to go all the way over to 5. I normally don't need to. Why my Quicksilver flask is on 4 for like emergencies. So that I don't have to reach all the way to 5 when I'm in a bad spot. It's way less common that I need to use my second mana flask than needing to use the Quicksilver. Where are they? Well, I could at least hit the fast travel thing. Honestly, they're probably kind of close to it. How are there 2 more? Like, if it was just 1 more, that would be one thing. But there's 2 of them that I haven't found yet. Okay, hold on. Put the Vol gem in there. I don't have the thing that guarantees it to be rare, but I could gamble. I did not get it. The resistances aren't there. Let's see. Let's see what I think about it. Other than that... Oh, hold on. Why did I put those back? This ring. Oh, that's right. You can't modify corrupted. Shit. It's a corrupt... God damn it. I was happy to find a cold resist ring, too. You can't modify... Damn. I'm actually upset. It's definitely not better than that ring just because of the modifiers on it. The energy shield, the dex, the amount of life regen I'm getting out of it. Oh, that's disappointing. Alright, we keep her going. We keep on trucking. Where the hell are these beasts at? I'm actually confused how they haven't appeared on the map yet. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. I think this one is, yeah, chance to ignite, which is good. Igniting is good. I'm using elemental proliferation too, so it makes it better to ignite them than normal. These might be promising. 104% more recovery if used while on low life is amazing. If I use that flask in a bad spot, it's going to slightly more than double heal me what it normally would. I will absolutely accept that offer. This is such a large area. I don't remember this area being so huge. Oh, there's both of them. There's both. Thank God they're on top of each other. It means that I might die, but it means that if I survive, that it doesn't take anywhere near as long to find the other one. Oh, he already caught one of them. I was so focused on this guy, I didn't even see that I killed the other one so quick. There we go. Holy currency. Ooh, the 5 chromatic orbs are especially good.
Surprise you to learn that I am not popular. The others here are ignorant. They do not see the end coming. They are not survivors.
Einhard, I'm sorry to cut you off like that. Sorry, what was that?
It will surprise you to learn that I am not
Shit,
popular.
I have to hear the beginning again.
The others here are ignorant. They do not see the end coming. They are not survivors like me. Or you.
Or me.
Before
I'm a
we
survivor.
met, I kept beasts in the encampment. They got into the grain, then the meat. They were not as picky as Einar about where they did their business. I learned that rowers do not digest rower meat very well. So I moved them to a new location. The menagerie. Far away. It is a secret place. This is where we will perform the ritual for the first ones. I have built a blood altar for such a purpose.
Oh?
Do you wish to see it? Tell Einar. You will be taken there.
Okay. Let's go there. Ooh, fancy portal.
Welcome to Einar's Menagerie, Exile. This is where I keep the beasts we capture. Do not worry about their well-being. I do not think they will worry about yours. A little humor for you. But seriously, Exile, Einar takes very good care of the beasts we capture. I feed them, clean them, and read them the poems I write. Then, when you are ready, we slaughter them at the blood altar to prove to the first ones that we are worthy of survival. That part is not so friendly to the beasts, but if you read my poetry, you may consider it an act of mercy. Again, humor! My poetry is great. Please, look around. Take your time. But do not feed the animals.
I won't.
That is Einar's job.
Don't worry.
The arena just north. That is the blood altar. It is where you will perform the ritual of sacrifice by combat. Once you have captured a few beasts, go to the altar in the middle and begin the ritual. The first ones are watching. Show them you are worthy.
Okay.
See you, survivor.
See you. Yeah. Can I craft anything with just what we got so far? Stack of 4 jeweler's orbs would not be bad. That would actually not be bad at all. Let's do that. Now we just have to live. Which is the hard part. But thankfully, with the amount of life on kill that I have from the items, it's going a lot better than expected right now. But now I cleared out all the little guys. Oh no, they keep spawning little guys, thank God. Because these bitches are actually keeping me alive, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, shit. Ow, ow, ow. I did not mean to click that button. Jesus Christ, dude. These bitches are aggressive. Slow down. It's just him now, isn't it? It definitely is. There we go. Of course. Jeweler's orbs, thank you. Reforging the amount of sockets on an item is always great.
The crunch of bone, the splatter of blood. Is there anything as satisfying? You have proved you're a survivor, and the first ones have rewarded you. Capture more beasts, perform more rituals. This is what we will do, yes?
Yes.
The first ones have many blessings to bestow. We will discover them. Now go, survivor. More beasts await.
I will find them, don't you worry, Einhar. I'll find you all the beasts out there. Alright. I'm gonna end a little early today so that I can get back to working on the new video since I'm a little bit behind. But before I end... Oh, by the way, I am satisfied with the amount of progress made. I did not expect to get the first character back that far, so I will gladly take it. Oh, not whatever we're doing on Bing. Where's my rune light? There we go. Before I end, we have to check if the scheme was worth it. If the banana scheme worked out. Hold on. I forgot that I turned the music off for this. There it is. I heard it start up. It is a little loud. For me, at least. I don't know if it's that loud on stream. Jesus, it gets louder. Huh? Oh. doesn't matter what I'm on. Come on. Come on, RuneScape. We have to check. Oh, I'm not in Varrock. Okay. Oh, that is not the key I want either. Shit, what is it to, I don't remember how to do, like, the proper zoom out. I thought I was going the wrong way. Okay. I run to the Grand Exchange real quick. I see if our scheme from yesterday was worth it. And then we're good. I might flip some more if it was worth it, actually. I do not have anything on me, but my bananas did sell. I can see it in the chat log. I know that they sold. Now the moment of truth is, like, I think I had something like 54,000 when I started the flipping process. So I'm kind of just going off of that. That was before I bought the bones. That was before I bought the nature runes. Like, that was pre any initial expenses on the flip. So that does... I didn't track, like, how much I was spending beforehand, but I know the amount of gold that I started with, at least roughly speaking, give or take a couple thousand, either way. So I can roughly get an idea of whether or not it worked. And it was just supposed to be a means of generating a little bit of cash, because I wanted to train a different skill that was super... I wanted to train my smithing, which is super hard to invest in past the earlier levels of it. So I knew I needed like a few 100,000. I need to get a bond on this account. I really... This is the slowest travel across the map of all time. I love this game, though, so much. I just love that I can even just log on real quick at the end of a stream, grab my bananas off the exchange, and then be like, yep, it worked. And I feel like I did something. Like, I can literally log on to this game for 5 minutes and feel like I've at least done a little something. I think that's part of why I've never fully been able to quit RuneScape. Part of it. Not the whole reason of it, but part of it. I just wish I had agility. Maybe that could be a stream idea someday. Working my way up to a bond on RuneScape. If you're not familiar with RuneScape, the bond is an item that you can buy from other players. That, when redeemed, gives you 2 weeks of membership on the game. So, if you're a free-to-play player, your options are either just pay a subscription to be able to get your membership, or you could try to legitimately work up the gold to buy, like, an in-game currency membership for half the time. So generally, anyone who actually cares enough to buy a membership will just buy a membership. But it is like a fun goal to be able to work towards in free-to-play. It's kind of like you can trial the game out, and if you're willing to work your way up to a membership legitimately, you probably enjoy the game enough to justify getting a membership beyond that point. Moment of truth. Did I profit on this banana scheme? These don't count. Oh, I did. Okay, net profit by like about 20k on the whole thing. It was like 1,000 bones that I flipped. I didn't even use all of the nature runes, which makes it better. Okay. Before I log off of it, I'm just gonna put in another order for like a couple hundred of those. That filled immediately. Okay. Throw that in the bank then. 18,000 of my profits right back down the drain for next time. And put in a huge order of bones, because the bones can take a bit to fill. Just Because if you order, like, 800 bones... Okay. It did not take any time to fill. Oh yeah, and I can put these lobsters up for sale while I'm here. Next time that I do RuneScape stream, I'm ready to scheme, I guess. Why was I having such a hard time yesterday if they both immediately filled now? The hell is that about? Just selling the other various things that I planned on selling yesterday. Since I don't log on and play super actively, I can just kind of leave those there. Oh wait, they all sold. Never mind. I could probably buy another 100 bones with that money. I absolutely can. Someone's still selling them. There we go. Good night from me. Yeah, good night, everyone, including Raiden. Or good afternoon, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the game running because the background music is great. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go get back to work on this video that I might be able to get ready for members and patrons in time. It seems doable now. It seems like it's within reach with just a little bit of hustle. A little bit extra hustle. I'm normally hustling to get them out on pace anyway, but a little bit extra this week. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing probably Spider-Man PS4. I'll probably just start that back up. As much as it kind of hurts. And by kind of, I mean it just hurts. Because of the deleted save file. But 100%ing every Armored Core game. Still doing that. Other ideas coming up. Like, we've got a Halloween game. Stuff like that. Feel free to come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot with algorithm and stuff, so I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube to engage with the community, feel free to check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server, TikTok, anything like that you might be looking for is down there. Memberships and Patreon are linked down there as well if you want to support the channel. It's more geared towards videos, but for general support, it's also just there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.